Yeah, 4 changes for Torquay United. Oscar Threlkale, Jordan Young, Matt Carson and Omar Musa back into the side. That's James Hammond in goal then. Back 3, we believe, with Jay Folston, Sam Dre and Jordan Dyer. Matt Carson out on the left, Finn Krask on the right. Dan Highfield, Oscar Threlkale and Jordan Young in midfield with Omar Musa and Cody Cook up top.
Yeah.
Sam, your score prediction for this one?
I'm going to go 2 on Torquay. With that line-up, I was going to go for a draw, but 2 on Torquay for me now.
2-1 Torquay, yeah, we'll love a little bit of that. Thanks, chaps. More from you later, BBC Radio Devon Sport. Let's check in with the rest of our non-league football now with Peter Smith.
Well, good afternoon from a rainy Homer's Heath, Newton Abbott, for a top-of-the-table clash, a South Devon derby as well, all in the Western Premier. 7th place Buchan Athletic host the league leaders Brixham, who have brought plenty of fans for the short trip around the Torway Ring Road. We're speaking to both management teams, but we'll start off with Buchan's Dan Hardan. 7 points behind the leaders, 3 games in hand. You've only lost twice. How happy are you with that start?
I'm happy-ish. I was a lot happier last week before I lost at St Blaise. So today, aside from the fact that it's a local derby today, most importantly is about our players showing a huge reaction to a disappointing performance last Saturday, putting things right on the pitch, and just taking things game by game. We're starting to try and climb that table and close the gap on other teams.
Well, I'm now with Brixham joint manager Tim Porter. 2 years ago, Peninsula champions, thrilling FA Vase run. Last year, first ever in the Western Premier, you finished in the top 10. Today, you're top of the league.
Yep.
That's quite a spiralling success, isn't it?
It'd be nice to be top of the league in May.
Yeah.
So, but we're doing pretty well. I don't think we'll lose any sight from the fact that we had a good run, got to the top, and obviously let ourselves down last Saturday. So a chance to bounce back today.
Now, you kept a lot of those Peninsula players, and you said you'd build on that. You have done that. How much of a challenge has that been?
I think the second season is always the more challenging one because teams understand about you a little bit more. So when you go to some of these unexpected places and unknown places, now they know what we're about. So we've tinkered with it. We've got a few new faces in, which has strengthened our squad, and we'll continue that during the season if we think we need to.
Back to the Western League later, but first, Rob Dre's first match with Tiverton Town's new manager in the Southern League Premier South is away at Hungerford Town. Fresh from their midweek win, Plymouth Parkway are looking for their 3rd victory in 4 league games at home to Merthyr Town as they try to climb out of the relegation zone. In Division 1 South, Exmouth Town, who are second, host the Shaftesbury side, which beat Willand Rovers midweek. Willand are home to Bashley, beaten 4-0 by Exmouth on Tuesday night. Tavistock entertained Didcot, while Biddeford travelled to Malvern. Back to the Western Premier, and Barnstable, who are 4th, welcome Nailsea and Tickenham. Ivybridge are at Oldham Appletonians and Ilfracombe Town host Street. Match of the day in the South West Peninsula Premier East is leaders Cullompton Rangers home to Newton Abbott Spurs. Rangers have just lost their manager Steve Orchard, who's joined the coaching setup at Tiverton. Join me later then to see if Brixham can stay top of the Western Premier or if Buchan Athletic can close the gap on them, plus results from Devon's leading non-league games. James.
Thank you, Peter, and more from you later. And coming up next, commentary on your 3 o'clock game.
BBC Radio Devon Sport.
Goes for a shot, it's in! Argyle take the lead!
He's going to go in on goal, gets the shot away! Oh, it's a second! Sonny Cox! And he has unleashed a rocket!
Ball on the cross, it's there now! And Jack Storm reaches it at the back post, puts Torquay United in front.
Explodes clear, Bale with Oso, inches from the line. Townsend dives over a try. Jeez, what a start to the second half.
Finding Niskanen, and then Cole on the end of it. Reece Cole breaks the deadlock.
The flag goes up. Henry Slade did it in Toulon. Has he done it again here at Sandy Park? He could get through on goal chance for the Silver to get a shot away. And Torquay United have got a clean start.
BBC Radio Devon Sport.
Right behind your side each and every match day. We are live this afternoon. Let's take you across to your first half commentaries then in the 3 o'clock games. In the Championship, Plymouth Argyle away against Leeds United. This one is live on DAB Digital Radio across Devon and in Plymouth and West Devon on 95.7 FM. Your commentary team at Elland Road, Chris Cooper and Anthony Waring. Also this afternoon, it's FA Cup first round day for Exeter City. They're at home against National League side Barnet. This one is live across Devon, 103.4 FM, Freeview Channel 712, in Exeter 95.8. And for today, because it's an FA Cup match, it's live on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website in the UK. Your commentary team, Bo Jackson and John Ayres.
Yes, welcome to an overcast St James Park as we're about to get underway, and it's going to be Barnet who are going to kick off in their unusual, not sure what colour, it's like a purpley black shirts with white trim, white shorts, white socks, up against Exeter today. Barnet kicking towards the big bank, and we're going to be getting underway in just a moment. Both sides, well, Exeter only making one change, Barnet making the two. Interestingly, when the draw was made, both Exeter and Barnet were both on fantastic runs. Exeter with all the five games or so without any goals conceded. Barnet 5 straight wins. Since the draw, both teams have stuttered. So it'll be interesting to see now how things pan out today. But from Exeter City's point of view, they'll be hoping they're not the headline like that horror show for Huddersfield last night, and that they're not the league side getting knocked out by a team from the National League. But as Exeter City lump a long ball down the pitch, it goes out of play and it goes out for a throw-in, which Barnet will take just inside their own half on the far side of the pitch. Barnet look around, take their time over this. Of course, there is no hurry, I suppose, at this stage as the ball is played forward. Miri Niskanen gets into a bit of a grapple with Kabama, and Barnet have it back in their own half. And it's played back to goalkeeper Nick Hayes, and the former Ipswich man, right-footed, sends the ball downfield. Up they jump for it. It's headed straight back by Exeter. It's brought down. Kanu tussles, but Exeter try to win the ball. Still with Barnet though. Rye out wide in towards Hobson. Referee decides there was a foul, and it will be a free kick to Barnet. But certainly only a few seconds. Barnet with the side with the ball.
Yeah, interesting as well. They're trying to keep it, they're trying to play. Interestingly, not pressing on Whitworth and goal for City, but they're really going, well, let's try and draw City out before playing forward, not like last night where it's a big lump forward.
So here come Barnet then, as they bring it towards the halfway line. They have the ball on the left-hand side. They knock it down the channel. It will be chased by Kabamba, but it's going to be Kramer who gets there first. And the ball goes away, and it will be throw in to Exeter City. Down near the corner flag, down near the big bank, over on that far side, the railway part of the ground where there's no stands. And Exeter get ready to take this throw-in. But been a kind of a gentle start to this game. No up and at 'em so far. And Exeter try to knock it up towards the halfway line. It's pushed away. Exeter again not managing to get on the ball as Barnet clearing their lines. It goes out of play, and it will be Barnet again with the throw. But certainly in this first 2.5 minutes, it's been Barnet where the possession stats sit. And it will be Barnet who will knock the ball around. Back to their own goalkeeper, Hayes, right-footed, forward to the halfway line. It takes a nod on. Won't cause any problems though, and that will just be chased back by Niskanen, away by Whitworth, and goes out of play, and Exeter City will get a throw as the ball rolls off the body of Joseph Rye. So Exeter to take the throw on this near side. Woods comes forward for it. In the end, it's played back to Kramer. Kabamba comes to him quickly, but in the end he decides to just lay it back to Whitworth, not take any chances. And Whitworth will right-footed drive the ball up the field. It's a long one out towards that right-hand side. Bit too strong in the end, asking too much of Ali, and the ball goes out of play for a throw.
Yeah, they're just trying to keep it at the moment, with Barnet kind of trying to take control. Exeter City are just trying to find out what's happening in terms of defensively, where to press, where to hold back. And just although Barnet's in possession, it's very controlled in possession. There's no threats from either side at the moment.
Well, Barnet clear their lines again. Woods, so calm, brings it down on his chest, rolls it down. Exeter have it just inside their own half. Although that clearance forwards wasn't so good. Went straight through to goalkeeper Nick Hayes, and so no real problem there for Barnet. And they will take their time coming out from the back as they play it to the left-hand side. Ali putting them under pressure though, forcing the defender to come back towards the penalty area, and Barnet still hold on to it, but now they're under a bit more pressure because Exeter had surrounded them with players. They've done well to hold on to it though, and Rye has it on the other side of the pitch now. Jakanu on the this side, but in goes Niskanen with the challenge. The ball whipping around. Barnet doing well to try and play football here, but Exeter have broken them again, but they get another throw.
a little bit chaotic as well there. Exeter went in all guns blazing, trying to cram Barnet there and try and suffocate them, not letting them play out. Barnet played very composed there and actually could have done a bit of threat if that final ball was a little bit more quality.
Still early stages, but very much the moment. It's been Barnet who've been the side who've tried to knock the ball around a bit and play a bit of football, and it's gone out of play, and it will be Barnet again with a throw. Carney, former Peterborough man, looks around, seeing what his options are, drops it in towards the halfway line. It's knocked back to Rye, and Rye then sends it long back to his goalkeeper Hayes. Hayes, right-footed then from the side of the penalty area, sends it down the middle. It's headed away by Exeter again. Aitchison will go up with Rye. Rye wins the header. Barnet knock it on again. But Exeter do get the possession this time, and Niskanen just doubles back to keep possession and decides to play it back to Whitworth. Whitworth, right-footed, sends the ball down the middle. It will drop just on the edge of the centre circle. Now Exeter have it. That's a good ball out to the left. Niskanen's got room. Niskanen's darting in. Ball into the box. Milinikali was waiting, but there was enough of a foot from the defender in there just to knock it out of his line of sight, and the ball goes away for a corner.
Yeah, what a fantastic ball. The ball's coming from the middle of the pitch. It's been passed out to the left-hand side. What a fantastic run by the fullback from City. That ball across was pretty much perfect, and it's great defending by Barnet, but I would have liked to see Ali there just put a little bit more effort on the line, a little bit more of a body on the line, because that could have been something that would have settled this game for City in particular. But a fantastic run, and definitely hear the fans from that one. They've got a little bit excited after that attack.
I think the thing there, of course, is that suddenly Exeter reminding Barnet, even though they've had the opening stages, that we're here and we can cause you damage very quickly. Ball in, and Kramer couldn't quite get the touch he wanted. It's spun out wide again. Exeter will have a second go at this. Overcomes the cross again, but that time straight into the body of Hayes. No real problem for the Barnet goalkeeper, and he'll bowl it wide out towards the right-hand side. Barnet have it. Carney with a bit of room, just knocks it into the middle, back out wide onto Brunt. Brunt takes a moment, and it's back to Rye. Exeter deciding to push up on them a little bit now to stop them from this constant moving the ball around near the back. Niskanen heads it forward, but it's a tussle between Hobson and the Exeter player. In the end, Barnet keep hold of the ball and they find Carnu on the right-hand side. Carnu decides to move to the middle of the pitch and then drop it off towards Aluwo. Out to the left, Barnet still with it. Into the middle, Hobson this time. Hobson, Aitchison chasing him. He plays the ball to the left. They keep hold of the ball. They have it just inside the Exeter half. Hobson again. Down he goes.
Yeah, it's a bit slack there, isn't it? Just a bit of final ditch defending, and say Barnet there played it very smoothly outside from the back line, and I think Exeter were just a little bit off it. They've tried to press, but not everyone's been pressing, so the back line was caught underfoot, and that's where they've had to do that last minute defending at the back.
There's a free kick now. Coker standing over it, and former Stevenage man who scored twice this season for the Bees gets ready to take this free kick. You suspect, by the way they're lining up, it's going to be an in-swinger. Coker, left-footed, drives it into the box. It's an Exeter head to knock it away, but Barnet still have it the side of the penalty area. Ball's knocked in low by Brunt, pushed away by Exeter. Over it comes again from Hobson. Up they jump, too far that time, and the ball is cleared away by Macmillan. Up to the halfway line, Barnet have it. Barnet take a moment, keep control of the ball, play it back inside. Hartigan swings it from one side of the pitch to the other, but couldn't find Brunt, only as far as Niskanen, and in the end Exeter decide to get it back to their goalkeeper. Whitworth will just push it out to Kramer on the edge of the penalty area. Kramer, thinking about it, decides to set it back to Whitworth, and Whitworth then, left-footed this time, will hit the ball into the middle of the park. Bit of a shirt tug on McGuinness there. Referee didn't spot it. Barnet have the ball back. In goes Kramer. Bit of room here for Barnet though. Kramer has to come in. That was an excellent challenge. He was behind the player, but he got his foot, wrapped his foot round the ball, and Barnet tried to do the same thing, and that one was a foul.
Yeah, I don't know how he's got that ball, in fairness. I thought it would have gone up for, he's gone straight in from behind, but the referee's seen it. He's clearly got the ball, but yeah, definitely a little bit of retaliation there by Barnet, going back on him, and not as clean cut as Karma, shall we say.
Yeah, that's saying it, exactly. So Exeter have a free kick. Woods decides to send it out wide towards Sweeney. Sweeney, loads of room for Ali. That's a handball, surely. No, play on, says the referee. Ali has it, gets to the byline, cuts inside, knocks it back. Aitchison tries the shot. It's blocked by a load of bodies. They might have another go at this, Exeter. Couldn't quite pull the trigger second time. Cole knocks it back into the middle it goes. McGuinness is there, gets it down. Oh, it's blocked by Barnet again. He tries to back heel it in, and in the end Barnet scramble it away. Well, only half away. Ball hits the referee, and what's he given? I'm not sure.
It's usually a drop ball at that point because it's hit the referee, but I don't know if he's going to do it that close to an attack. Oh, he is. He's going to drop ball it, so the Barnet players have to be at least 3 foot away.
Right, there's Woods. Oh, a tough old challenge there from Brunt on Partington, Perrington rather, the referee is sending them back, and Kanu will take the throw. But a moment there, Exeter had about 3 chances in one, but couldn't quite do enough just to get that final touch.
Yeah, it's a fantastic play in the middle, very composed, but in some ways a little bit too composed. You want someone to just pull that trigger and just get something on the box, at the goal.
Free kick, Exeter. And I think, as you said earlier, the first goal in this game is going to be so important. Barnet have so far, I think they're playing good football. They're tidy.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and they're really turning up and making City work for everything. And, that's not disrespectful to Barnet. That's just saying they're a quality side, and at points they will be higher. And they have been in the past. So I think it's just about how City can maintain that mentally and physically today.
Well, Exeter have just won the ball back off them on the halfway line. Woods just touches it forward, and then it's played back. Sweeney. Exeter just looking around for their options. Woods up towards Millen, but got themselves into a little bit of a tight spot there, but Exeter have managed to keep hold of possession. It's inside their own half at the moment. It's back to Kramer on the edge of the box. He plays it forward to the halfway line, nodded down. Now Exeter will try and bring it forward. What can they do with this? This is a nice run through the middle as they keep running forward. It's found through Aitchison. He's found McGuinness! And Exeter City have taken the lead with a lovely passing move, and McGuinness finishing beautifully to slot it past Nick Hayes. It's Exeter City 1, Barnet 0.
Yeah, what a fantastic run as well, and that's all started from picking up in the midfield. You watch Nicholson come into the middle, he's taken the defender with him, then as the midfielders come out to the right hand side, he's just opened that gap clearly for McGuinness in the middle, and he has just slotted that calmly as you'd expect him to do with all of his experience. And what a composed finish, but that's all down to the off-work running off the ball there for me. That was fantastic.
Lovely bit of work there from Exeter City, and of course this makes it a very different game for Barnet now. It forces them to gamble, and that's exactly where I think Exeter City would want them to be.
Yeah, and they've got to do something now, so now it's got to be let's play forward, let's do something. We really have got nothing to lose, whereas City now just need to be careful of what they've been slack with in the first 13 minutes, and that is just letting their players to run off and not really taking control of them defensively.
Exeter 1, Barnet 0. And the Bees at the moment just trying to get their composure back for a moment. I think that for me the difference, I know it's early days, but the difference between the two sides, Barnet have had a lot of the ball, but they don't have a lot of bite with it, whereas every time Exeter got the ball, you sense something could happen.
Yeah, definitely, and I think exactly that. Barnet were having the ball and playing very nice football, but it only got as far as the halfway point before something stopped working.
Well, here they come now, looking for a quick response as they move the ball down the right-hand side. They still have it. They pull the ball back in towards Hartigan. Hartigan along the ground. Hartigan again. out towards the left, but it breaks down and the ball rolls out cheaply for a throw on the far side to Exeter. And Sweeney will take the throw in for the Grecians. 14 minutes gone. And Exeter City 1, Barnet 0 in the FA Cup.
It's interesting as well, isn't it? The first 14 minutes, it was a little bit ticky and tacky in terms of the players were trying to pull each other's shirt, but that was mainly coming from the Barnet players, whereas now, as you say, they can't play that game as much. They need to try and keep the ball and keep the game in play to make sure that they're in possession and going forward, because they have had more possession than Exeter at the moment.
Well, here come Barnet, this time in the shape of Brunt. Brunt pushes it wide to Kanu. He's down the side near the corner flag, but he's got players in the way at the moment. He pulls it long back to Rye. Barnet still have it. Rye again. In the end, walks it back into his own half and then long back to his goalkeeper. I mean, they've just gone from the corner flag pretty much all the way back to the goalkeeper there.
Yeah, and their possession's great, isn't it? But as you say, there's no threat there. You've got Exeter really pressing down on them, trying to move them back, and they're kind of in control without having the ball. But as I say, now they've just won the ball back and playing it around nicely.
I think that's a really nice way of putting it. In control without having the ball. Yeah, that's exactly it. And here's Exeter with Kramer again, out towards the right. They swing a long ball through the middle, looking for McGuinness. Didn't quite reach him, but it is Exeter in the middle with Cole, who just lays it off. Here's Aitchison. Niskanen making the run. He's going to find him. Niskanen cuts it, draws it back. Oh, it comes off a body. He was looking for the corner, but there was a player in the way. It's still Exeter coming forward. Aitchison again for the Grecians. Knocks it through. Couldn't quite find the gap through to Purrington. And in the end, Barnet have to clear from their own byline, but it's knocked down by Woods. Cole. This is good stuff from Exeter City. Cole jinks and turns and lays it off the edge of the box. Aitchison tries to pull the trigger, drops to Ali. Ali with some fancy stuff, deflects off a defender or forward in the end, and it's given as a goal kick.
Offside. Yeah, given offside. Ali was just in position where he's just pulled off from the post, but he was just on the offside position. But again, like, you're looking at what's creating these opportunities, and it's just they're playing a nice long ball forward. Barnet are playing a really high line, so McGuinness is just then slightly ahead of that. They're propping the ball forward, they're allowing Barnet to win the first ball, they're knocking it back, and that's where Exeter midfield are picking up the ball and then really attacking on that second phase of play. And the fullbacks are pinnacle in that movement and really creating the opportunities in every attack so far.
Kramer heads forward for Exeter. It's midway inside the Barnet half. Referee spots, well, I think there was tugging and various things going on there. Aitchison had two players around him. Referee's seen something he wasn't happy with. He's given Exeter a free kick. Ball is flicked in. Oh, McGuinness was there and lurking. It was Aluwo to knock it away. But I think that back four at the moment are worried about the way Exeter are managing to put balls through like that.
Hugely, they're not putting pressure on the ball where Exeter are being able to play that ball forward. So they're just basically trying to run off every sort of opportunity. And playing such a high line is great. But when you've got players that Exeter have got that are building speed, they've got to match their speed or beat them. And at the moment, they've not got that ability to really check their shoulder of where the players are coming, and that's what's causing them the problems.
Sweeney knocks it down, finds Ali. Ali touches it back to Woods. Exeter decides to just knock the ball back to keep possession at the moment. And in the end, they will push it across the middle of their own half, and here comes Kramer in the middle, up towards the centre circle, looking for the long diagonal pass, far too strong for Niskanen to chase, and it will go out of play for a throw into Barnet near their own corner flag. 17 minutes gone, and Exeter City leading by a goal to nil. Elsewhere, Chesterfield lead Horsham by a goal to nil. Hensford are beating Gainsborough Trinity 1-0. Newport 2, Peterborough 0. Rochdale 0, Bromley 2. Salford 1, Shrewsbury 1, Southend 0, Charlton 1. Those are the games at the moment. And Tranmere 1, Oldham 0. Those are the games. Worthing 0, Morecambe 1, Wickham 1, York 0. Those are the games with goals at the moment in the FA Cup. Ball out of play, and it's a throw to Exeter. As Aitchison does well to keep the ball away from his marker. He's got two men round him though. Not easy this. The guy's pulling on the back of his shirt. He's looking at the referee saying, come on, when am I getting my free kick? And he didn't get it.
Yeah, the defender knows very well where the referees are not.
Yeah, disguised it. But I think 3 times then he looked up to the referee to say, where's my free kick? And it never came.
And arguably if he had gone down then he would have got the free kick there. But as I say, you can see the game plan in terms of playing quick. They're such a high line. Even now, they're in possession of the ball, but they're still not massively dropping off to receive the ball. They're wanting to keep their defence really high, and at the moment that's suiting Exeter because they're allowing a higher line but still dropping when the ball comes into play.
So here's Barnet then, as the ball is played back to Hartigan, to Rye inside his own half, to Brunt. Exeter intercept it. Aitchison heads it down, but all he does, he gives it back to Barnet. And now Kanu has it on the right side. He pulls it back to Hobson. Hobson to Rye inside to Hartigan. They're in the middle of the park now, just inside the Exeter half, Barnet, as they push it in towards Brunt. Challenge goes in, and the ball is out of play. Brunt takes the throw, comes down, and he'll be pulled back. This is dangerous. This could be, well, it was almost Barnet's first chance, but they couldn't pull the trigger from the edge of the box as Hobson was trying to line up the shot. Didn't quite work for him. Exeter got bodies in the way. Barnet still have it. Right. Back it goes to Hartigan, into the middle. Barnet trying to build on the right. Carney down by the side of the penalty area, up against Niskanen, tries to get his crossover. In the end, it's blocked by Niskanen, and it goes out for Barnet's first corner.
Yeah, and it's a good defending one-on-one there by Niskanen. And even in the middle, you can see Kramer there really taking the lead of the back line for City. He's just controlling it, he's putting in the tackles where needed, but he's staying very central and just kind of creating those opportunities. It's just now seeing what Barnet can do from this corner.
20 minutes gone, Exeter 1, Barnet nil. You're listening to it live on BBC Radio Devon. Barnet have a corner. I suspect, by the way, the players lining up, it'll be an in-swinger. In it comes towards the near post, nodded away by Exeter. And they'll have a second bite at this. As the ball is sent in, it's headed away, this time by Exeter up to the halfway line. Barnet having to chase back for the ball. And it's picked up by Hartigan, who sent it over towards the left, and in the end they take no chances and send the ball back to Hayes in the Barnet goal, who launches it long this time. Kramer's there though to head it out towards the side. Exeter win the ball and now they have possession. Purrington takes a moment, waited a bit there, invited Barnet players towards him, made it tricky. They get a throw though, Exeter. And Purrington will take. He's got Aitchison in front of him. He's got Wood square. He's got Niskanen up the line. Not a lot of options though. As he throws the ball forward, Barnet head it down. And no one was making a run for him. Here's Niskanen now. Niskanen tries to pull it in. Purrington does well. Knocks it inside. Aitchison, lovely ball to Niskanen. Niskanen across. He was trying to find McGuinness, but in the end, it was a slide in from Aluwo to knock it away.
Yeah, he spends that, and again, it's that break in the fullbacks. But yep, he was just played it a little bit too late there, and he's been caught offside by millimetres from what I can see here. But it's that. What they're going to do with it, that they've broken the line every time at the moment by using the fullbacks from either movement or playing that ball in. But as you say, the throw-ins, they're standing there and waiting for something to happen, and Barnet are actually being quite controlled in their defensive from set plays.
Well, here come Barnet again. Be interesting to see this possession stats. They've had a lot of the ball, but as I've been saying, they've not had a chance to do a lot with it.
No, I completely agree as well, and it's kind of the case of them keeping it, Exeter allowing them to have it, and then them running out of options before they go any further.
At the moment then, Barnet have the ball, and they're coming on the left-hand side this time as they draw it back in towards Hartigan, and they run towards the corner of the penalty area. The cross comes into the box, up they jump for it. Oh, this is dangerous. It's fallen to Kanu on the edge of the box, but in the end perhaps took a little bit longer on it than he would have wanted to, and they've let the ball slip through, and it'll go straight through to Whitworth in the Exeter goal. It's Barnet 57% to Exeter's 43.
They're doing it, and they're keeping the ball well. Their half especially, they're keeping the ball, they're doing nice little passes, but they're just not breaking through any lines. So their possession is good possession, but it's not effective possession. They're not putting Exeter on the attack, they're not challenging anywhere, they're just keeping it back, and as we said before, Exeter are just keeping them at bay while they have the ball.
Well, here's Barnet with a throw in now. Well, they're under pressure as Exeter have stepped up to them near the edge of their own box. They have managed to keep it. Here's Hartigan. He knocks it forward, but it's blocked. Exeter have the ball back. Here's Ryan Woods to Sweeney. 10 yards inside the Barnet half. Drops it in towards Reece Cole. Back out to Sweeney. Sweeney forward to Aitchison. Aitchison goes down. Foul given against... Foul given... it was against Glover. Now Exeter take it quickly. What can they do here? Here's Ali with a chink and a turn, and he pulls it back. Who's going to get the shot in? Reece Cole couldn't quite get there in time, but Exeter still have it. Now Woods will strike one from the edge of the box, and it's just over the crossbar.
Yeah, a very quick free kick taken then, and it's what we keep saying in terms of where Exeter are getting their success from, and that's that back line playing very high and very straight, so there's no kind of cover in there, and one ball is breaking them at the moment via the fullbacks. So in that sense, it was Ali that just played it quickly, got into the box and managed to do something, but as the ball came back out to the edge of the box, Woods has picked it up and had a nice strike forward, but nothing to really test the goalkeeper there.
So Hayes will clear. Long ball into the Exeter half. Niskanen gets the header and pushes it to the side, so it'll go out for a throw right by the halfway line. It's taken quickly by Brunt. It's brought down. Exeter have it again. Niskanen to Kramer. Kramer lofts the ball into the middle of the park. Ali couldn't quite hold on to it. Barnet get possession back. They decide to kick it long back to their keeper. It's forward again. Aluo. Barnet with possession. Just taking their time at the moment. Trying to pick off their man. They're trying to get it down the channel, but that was asking way too much of Carnu, and it just rolls through to Ben Whitworth in the Exeter goal, who comes and picks it up on the side of his penalty area, takes it back to the middle, and looks for somewhere to... Well, he looks like he's going to kick from hands, but at the moment, yeah, he's decided he will this time. Right-footed, up in the air it goes towards Ali, just inside the Barnet half. Barnet head it back, brought down by Sweeney. Sweeney in the middle of the park. Well, that wasn't such a good pass from him that time. It was behind Niskanen. Niskanen couldn't reach it, and it's gone out for a throw.
Still looking though, they're still looking for those top corners of the attacking third, of just going, that's where the space is, that's where we want to put the ball, we want to turn their defence from Barnet, and that was a terrible pass, but you could see what they were trying to do.
Hayes just rolls the ball out, and Rye has it for Barnet. To Carnu. Challenge goes in from McGuinness, takes it off him very cheaply, now finds Cole. This is nice. McGuinness, Niskanen to the side of the penalty area, looking for Ali. Ali jumps, but in the end the defender gets enough of a header just to keep it away from him. It's not fully clear yet though, it's on the side of the penalty area and under pressure. In the end the defender Coker manages to clear for Exeter, but again Barnet, I think, breathing a sigh of relief that they got away with that. Here comes Kramer again. Niskanen looking for the run. Niskanen pulls the ball back, sends the ball into the middle. It's a header away. McGuinness was waiting, and Carnu will pick it up on the side, by the side of his penalty area and clear. Reece Cole knocks it down. It drops into the middle of the Barnet half, and the Bees have possession again as they bring the ball towards the right this time. Brunt inside to Hartigan. They drop it back Rye. It's Torquay United 2, Chelmsford 0. Here's the latest from National League South. And that match, Plymouth Argyle 0-0 against away at Leeds. That match, of course, on DAB this afternoon. The Torquay United game, if that's your preference, on the BBC iPlayer. So, on the website. So here come Barnet, or trying to, but Exeter have won the ball back again. Ali to Cole, out wide. This is good passing from Exeter as they bring it back again. Sweeney, Woods on the centre circle. Inside it goes to Aitchison from Cole. Aitchison looks for Niskanen to the left. Niskanen will go up against Carnu. He's got room. He sends a quick cross in. They head it away, Barnet. Doesn't really hurt that one. Rye knocks it back. Carnu clears. But it wasn't a great clearance. Exeter block it, and it's coming back again. Niskanen tries to scoop it back into a dangerous space. In the end, it fell to a Barnet player, and it's pushed away. Kramer does well to keep Kabamba away from the ball, and it rolls out for a throw to Exeter on the halfway line. Exeter with a throw. Take it this time in towards McGuinness. McGuinness tries to find Aitchison. Aitchison hoping to get the ball forward. Cole is putting the defender under pressure though, but they've just held on to it, Kenlock, and Kenlock sends it out towards the left. Sweeney goes in for the tussle. It's out with Barnet on the far left-hand side, going up against Sweeney. He's got away from Sweeney. He's clawed it back. This could be dangerous. Coker knocks it back. Barnet, edge of the box, thought about having a shot. Again, thinking about shooting, but not quite. Out to Kanu, side of the penalty area. Over comes the cross, but he didn't really place that, and it's just gone out for a throw.
Yeah, you know, Barnet should be a little bit disappointed there. They could have come away with something a lot better. They really put City under the attack. It got messy from City's point of view. It was really, I can't think of the right word now, but it was just not controlled at all. And they've passed it around. They could have got a strike away a couple of times there, but the actual finished product there from the fullback from Barnet wasn't the best. And City are lucky to come away with that unscathed, to be honest.
Well, it's a throw to Exeter. Torquay United 2, Chelmsford 1. So the Essex club pulling a goal back at Plainmoor. As Barnet still trying to build on the left-hand side. Turning left and right. Leeds United have taken the lead against Plymouth Argyle up at Ellen Road. And it's Barnet still with it, corner of the Exeter penalty area, but it's run away from them and gone out for a throw near the corner flag.
It's interesting as well, this attack has all come from a City mistake down in the attacking third, where it's been picked up and then gone forward, and then it's been followed by a series of City mistakes. You know, they couldn't get the first tackle in the middle, it then got passed out to the right hand side. Sweeney then couldn't put another tackle in, and we're now in this situation where City are on the back foot and Barnet looking confident.
Well, half an hour's gone. Exeter still leading by a goal to nil, but it's been Barnet pressing for the last few minutes. And here's Kanu on this right-hand side, trying to find room to get the cross in. It's blocked, and that will go out for a throw. Great bit of defending there from Purrington. Kanu again to take the throw in. Kanu drops it in towards just on the edge of the penalty area, but kind of ran out of space, Barnet. In the end, didn't they get there? They got a corner kick, I think, from that. The ball just trickled out over in the corner, came off legs, and so Barnet get their second corner of the afternoon.
Yeah, and City have lined up here with all of the players back into the 18-yard box. They've not left anyone up, causing Barnet players all to push forward as well. And as we said before, they're 1-0 down. They've got nothing to lose now, so they're putting everybody forward. So hopefully that will work in the City's advantage by trying to get on the counter.
In comes an in-swinging cross into the box. The referee's seen something he doesn't like. Free kick Exeter's way. No idea what that was, but
I couldn't even see it. No idea at all. I know there's been beginning to get a little bit more feisty at the back from Barnet and City's Kramer, but I think that's a natural centre half and centre forward.
We'll just say the referee was 60 yards closer than we were, so couldn't see it. Latest from Ellen Road. Leeds 2, Plymouth Argyle 0, and Exeter clear the ball back into the Barnet half. It comes down, it's off Woods. Aitchison couldn't quite hold on to it. Kanu has it. Referee adjudges Aitchison to a foul. Free kick Barnet just inside the Exeter City half. As Hartigan went inside then out, now it's with Rye. Back to Hartigan. Now the keeper has it on the edge of his own penalty area, and he will just drop the ball off to Aluwo. Former Chelmsford man takes it up to a halfway line, plays it out to the left, now in towards Hartigan again. Hartigan decides to spread it from one side of the pitch to the other, and now finds Brunt. Brunt looks for the ball into the box. Kramer gets the header to the side. Exeter knock it away. It's held up. Ali does well, feels he's being fouled. Referee says play on. Barnet took the ball off Ali. They still have it, but now Exeter City get it back. It's knocked back to Whitworth, and Whitworth first time clears from the ground back into the Barnet half, as the ball bounced unkindly for Macmillan, and it bounced over his head. moment, both sides tussling to win possession. In the end, it's Exeter, and they thumped it long downfield, and Ali will chase, and Ali will get there first. It's 1 against 2. Ali will shoot, comes off the legs of the defender. Barnet drive it away, but a half chance there from Malenik Ali, couldn't quite see it through.
Yeah, it's a fantastic run by Ali, really just going on the gambles of it. And what was really nice to see there is you have McGuinness and Nicholson both really trying their hardest to go in on the attack, and the ball just not fall into them on the deflection.
Well, Barnet will get a free kick. They were running the ball in the middle. A number of challenges went in on them, although that was a really poor free kick. I feel the manager would be frustrated with that. They had an opportunity and then it's just knocked forward to the side and just given away cheaply to Exeter City. Now, ball comes down. Torquay United 3, Chelmsford 1. It's the latest from National League South. Aitchison doing some good running and some good work for Exeter today. Of course, the assist for the goal as Woods spreads it across the pitch. Out finds Sweeney. Sweeney looking for Ali again and finds him. Ali charging in on the side, although, to be fair, that was good work from Kenlock.
Yeah, fantastic work by the defender, and unfortunately he's just been rattled off the ball a little bit too much and given away now a corner to Exeter City. But it's fantastic defending, just keeping Ali at bay. And but again, we're looking more dangerous. The line is still playing high. They've not kind of learned from the mistakes, and they're playing a high line, allowing Exeter's speed and pace to get beyond them. And this is what's causing every attack so far for Barnet's defence.
Torquay's third goal ruled out. Still Torquay 1, Torquay 2, Chelmsford 1. Exeter with their second corner of the afternoon. And Reece Cole gets ready to take it. Ball up into the 6-yard box. Ali gets a header down. The keeper's on the ground. Ali tries to drive at it. He'll have another go. Ali shoots. Keeper saves. And it's cleared by Barnet again. Double chance there for Exeter. Again, the keeper brought into action, but Ali causing all sorts of problems.
Yeah, fantastic strike to begin with, whereas a header to begin with, and I think Ali there has just been a bit unlucky. The defender's got in the way and taken it off the goalkeeper. The second strike, he really connected with it, but it's been a great save by short distance from the goalkeeper. And then they just cleared it nice and smoothly with straight back to Whitworth, who's put it back in the mix. And now we've got another free kick for Barnet, just on a little bit of slack defending by Exeter City.
Well, about 8 or so minutes of normal time in this first half remaining, and Exeter still leading by a goal to nil. And Barnet will come forward again. Although they're still in their own half. Free kick given against Ben Burrington for a foul on Zach Brunt. And the former Sheffield United man gets ready to take his free kick. Made 2 appearances for the Blades, Zach Brunt, and it's now with Alulu. Out towards the left, Kenlock. Long ball forward, easy for Kramer to take on his chest at the halfway line. Just knocks it off to Woods, who calms things down back there, and now Sweeney. Exeter just take their time. Long ball back to Whitworth. Whitworth decides to send it back out to Kramer on that right-hand side. Kramer will bring it forward. Kramer, foot on the ball, nudges it back to Sweeney, back to Whitworth. And Whitworth will drive the ball up through the middle this time. It's brought down on the chest of Aluwo. Barnet have it. They decide to get it back to their goalkeeper. And Hayes will just nudge the ball off to Rye. Rye back to Hayes again. Hayes, right-footed, up in the sky the ball goes. It will drop on the halfway line. It'll be headed back by Purrington. Woods knocks it on. McGuinness tussles with players all around him and does some great work. It's slightly overplayed, but the idea was there. Trying to find Ali out on the right. It's just slightly gone out and out of play.
Yeah, the last couple of minutes though, we had the really chaotic first couple of minutes of the game, and I think it's gone back into that where no team were really getting under the ball.
Here's Aitchison. Aitchison on the edge of the box, pulls it back to Woods. Woods, lovely. Oh, it was such a great vision from Exeter City as the run was being made by McMillan. It's just intercepted before he ran straight through. Now it's Barnet. Hobson out towards the left-hand side. This could be dangerous as Barnet try to bring men forward. They have on the edge of the box. There's the shot and it's in! Barnet have equalised with a shot from the corner of the penalty area that has completely and utterly stunned Exeter City. It's Exeter 1, Barnet 1.
Credit to them, that is a fantastic strike from just inside the box and really cleanly cut. And I think it's been building with the possession that they've having, and we're just saying it's a little bit chaotic, a little bit out of the way. Exeter just didn't get close enough to their player, and we said this at the very beginning about a bit chaotic and a bit couldn't quite work out which player's overrunning and who's taken who on the defensive side. And there, Barnet have taken their chances, their first strike of the game, if I'm not corrected, and it's on target, it's in the bottom corner, and they've come back now. We've got 5 minutes left of this half in normal time, and they're 1-1 with Exeter City.
I know, that is a real shock for Exeter. You didn't really sense it was coming. They've had a lot of the ball, but as I say, you didn't sense it. But Barnet back on level terms. And now Exeter will have to do the work again. Offside against Ali as they tried to slot the ball through.
It feels like, from watching this first half at the moment, it feels like, and I was about to say it before they scored, which makes me sound like a right cop-out now, but Exeter have got into the battle of the physicality with Barnet, and they're trying to hold them back and do this, and they're not actually getting the ball and getting them playing. They're allowing Barnet to have the ball and working on that high line, but the little things that they could do, I feel like at the moment is missing. And it's something that they can easily improve on, but it's something that they need to take accountability for as individuals, to say the player's not getting past me.
Well, here come Exeter again then. On this left-hand side this time. Barnet reminding Exeter that they have a game on their hands. And it's Woods. Back to Purrington. Purrington along the grounds. Macmillan, forward it goes to Cole. Intercepted, Barnet will just kick the ball out for a throw. Ryan Glover then with that goal on 38 minutes. And absolutely stunned Exeter City, that.
As you said, it just came out of nowhere, didn't it? There wasn't real possession kind of attack. It just kind of fell from a few mistakes and then straight in on target.
In fairness to Glover, we weren't expecting it. It was an incredible strike right into the corner.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's really hit that really smoothly, nice controlled. But arguably, where's the City players around him? Like where were they in that moment? How has he managed to lose all of his markers and have that clean strike?
So, referee spotted something he's not happy with. Of course, I know it's early to start talking about this stuff, but of course, with the restructuring of the FA Cup, it's extra time and penalties here tonight. Should it remain level?
We don't need to speak about that yet, John. No. we've got a long time yet.
Well, with that early goal for Exeter, it wasn't even in our minds, but long way to go still. As the ball comes forward now, it's a mistake by the defender. Ali trying to get into the box. Ali stays on his feet. Ali looking to try and claw the ball back. Does so. There's Aitchison, but he blazes it over the bar.
I think that's nearly broken a window outside of the stadium. That's how wide it was. But again, the build-up play there, how many times have we said it, that the fullbacks have been pinnacle in this half, where they've got the ball, they've played it in across from the sidelines and creating something from us. But actually, how many of those should we have scored? How many of those should have been finished, or how many of them have been saves? And unfortunately, not to flatter Barnet's goalkeeper, but he hasn't, other than Ali's goal 5 minutes ago, he hasn't actually made saves. It's just City have not got the ball on target.
Ball knocked on. Kramer nudges it away. Ball up in the air. Bit of a tug on Kramer. Referee spotted it that time. And it will be a free kick to Exeter City. 10 yards outside their own penalty area. Whitworth to Aitchison. Foul by Kanu.
He lost his brakes on that one. He just went running into the player.
Yeah, there's no disguising that. So Sweeney has the ball for Exeter. Across the park, in towards Woods. Woods to Aitchison. Aitchison looking for Niskanen, and he'll find him. That's a lovely ball. Niskanen's got room. The keeper's having to double back frantically. Niskanen trying to pull it across. The defender did well, to be fair. Niskanen again back in, looking for Ali. Although in the end, the defender got in the way just to deny, and Barnet will clear their lines again. Here's Sweeney to Woods. Woods out towards the left-hand side. Aitchison will run in. Just on the edge of the box, Aitchison, will he look to pull the trigger? He's got players all round him, he still has it, leaves it for Cole. But that's
the second
wild.
window broken from outside the stadium. Again, though, it's the same thing. We've said it over and over again. This first attack, that ball from the outside has come back into the box. In fairness to City, then they had three players there on the first line of attack, where 3 of them all trying to reach that first ball, but the ball got knocked by the defence in that second area. So just from the penalty spot to the 18-yard box, that's where the ball's dropped, and you've not got the midfield running into that space because they've all gone up behind it, and then the players that are backing up that are just not taking that chance and getting in a little bit further. They're just holding back a little bit more, creating this huge area which the ball keeps dropping in.
Well, up they'll jump for it again. Kramer knocks it down. Barnet have it. Challenge goes in, ball comes back, and it's Barnet with possession. Hobson to Rye forward, and Barnet will knock the ball back. Kanu will have a throw in. It's gone a little bit quiet here at St James Park for a minute or so. We're into time allowed for stoppages, and it's 1 minute allowed. The ball will be played up through the middle. I suspect Gary Caldwell's going to be quite disappointed. They've been fine, but I think that goal happening, it's probably going to be quite disappointed going in at half-time, I'd have thought.
I think it's ruffles and feathers from Exeter, and Barnet have kind of puffed their chest up now. They're a bit more confident, putting on a bit of pressure for Exeter and really pushing forward. Exeter have done the opposite. They've gone, we need to start playing, we need to start doing something, but that extra pressure's not, at the moment, gone in their favour. The only thing it has created is that Barnet is now pressing even higher up the pitch, creating loads of space in behind them if they can get that ball forward.
Kanu knocks the ball down and forwards. Barnet still have it. Now Hartigan. Decent turn for Barnet. They have the ball near the edge of the box from Glover, the goal scorer. As they knock it around, here's Wright. Hobson, he's beaten off it by McGuinness. There's the half-time whistle. So at half-time, it's Exeter City 1, Barnet 1. A little bit of a surprise, I suppose. But, I mean, that's cup football, isn't it? You know.
I'm disappointed that my pre-match score prediction is now wrong, so but yeah, it's one of those. I think, you know, both sides have played well there. I wouldn't say either side have played not very well, but they've just come out with very different tactics and very different kind of performances. I think that a good 20 to 30 minutes of that game, City was on top because they were 1-0 up, and they had really opportunities to go and push forward and to trial Barnet's defence, which they had that, but that clinical moment, that last bit, they just could not achieve. Whereas Barnet, credit to them, they've kept in the game, they've kept possession. Towards the end of that half, where Glover has made that brilliant strike, they've put them back in it, and just from pure brilliance, to be honest.
I think the thing that surprised me about this game, I agree totally with what you said about Barnet. Have had a lot of possession, but they haven't really done a lot with it. But I'm surprised, bearing in mind that Exeter are a good passing team, and we've seen it so often in other matches where Exeter have had loads of possession, but they've not really had the chances and they've not really got the goals. I'm surprised that Barnet have come here and have done that, or indeed that Exeter City have almost have let them do that.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think there's an option of going, well, what are we going to do? How are we going to play? And I'm guessing, and I don't know this, but potentially they're thinking, we are a better side than Barnet in the sense of passing the ball, so we'll let them have the ball. We know they're going to make a mistake, and then we'll counteract on them. We've seen that half. Their back line is playing so high, and we've got two quick players on the wings to just take that ball past them, and that's every opportunity the Exeter have created this half has been by playing it out wide and putting it back in the area.
And I mean, that's as you've just picked up on that. That's the thing. I mean, these defenders, because they are up high, you look at the pace of people like Ali and McGuinness as well. Niskanen, when the ball is played through, they really do look on the back foot. They look like they don't know what they're doing, Barnet, and they have actually defended it in the end, but they've really looked like it's panic stations when Exeter have managed to find those spaces.
But have they defended it well, or have they just not been quality on the ball by City's part? Because actually, I can look at 22 from Barnet and then go, and actually he's made some fantastic heading, and he's really really kept McGuinness at bay other than the goal he scored, you know, whereas the others, I think personally that's from City's mistakes of not actually getting the ball in the back of the net.
Bo, thank you very much. So at half-time then, Exeter City 1, Barnet 1, the Grecians taking the lead with a goal from McGuinness from about the penalty spot area. Barnet, Ryan Glover equalising with a shot from the corner of the penalty area to go in level at half-time.
The 1,000 Mile Challenge for BBC Children in Need.
It's Challenge Week as our swim team attempts to swim 24 miles in 5 days. That's the distance from Sidmouth to Dartmouth.
Still got some work to do to get up to a mile a day before we actually get to Challenge Week itself.
We're joining with other BBC teams from across the UK as together we try to clock up 1,000 miles.
My brain was fighting against me saying, you can't do this, just stop. But I did it.
It's going to be close.
Together, swimming 1,000 miles for BBC Children in Need. BBC Radio Devon.
BBC Radio Devon.
Sport.
With James Vickery.
OK, half-time then in our 3 o'clock football games. Let's go around the ground and find out what's been going on. Let's go to West Yorkshire first. Elland Road, Plymouth Argyle away against Leeds United. A bit of a first-half horror show by the sounds of it from Argyle, Anthony Waring.
Well, it was always going to be a tough ask, this one, James, today for Argyle to get something here at Elland Road. And for 30 minutes, they stuck with Leeds United. They came with a game plan, they came with a shape, and it was working. Only Joel Pirro on 23 minutes hitting the post that was coming closest for the home side, Leeds United. But then it all opened up on the half-hour mark with Daniel James. A wonderful effort from the edge of the penalty area, curling the ball away past Dan Grimshaw. And then all of a sudden, Leeds United couldn't stop scoring. They got another one a couple of minutes later. The ball was worked into the box and it fell nicely for Joel Pirro as the ball ricocheted off Palsson directly into his path, and he poked the ball past Dan Grimshaw. And then they got another one as well, pretty much similar to the second one. Ball worked into the box. Again, Argyle not able to get it clear, and it dropped kindly for Aronson, who could finish from within the 6-yard area. He couldn't really miss. Argyle, well, they have it all to do. The question is, though, are they even going to attempt it? Maybe it just has to be damage limitation in the second half. At the break, Leeds United 3, Plymouth Argyle 0.
Thank you very much, Anthony. Worth pointing out, Argyle were 3-0 down at home last week against Preston and managed to get a point. But it's a tall order when you're away from home at one of the most hostile grounds and crowds in the country at Elland Road against Leeds United. So Leeds United 3, Plymouth Argyle 0. Let's go to the FA Cup next. Exeter City, they're at home against Barnet. And John Ayres is a bit of a shock on the cards here at St James Park today.
Well, maybe the scoreline a little bit of a surprise. Exeter 1, Barnet 1. The Grecians comfortably going in front on 12 minutes with some great work from Jack Aitchison, charging through the middle, slotted the ball onto Josh McGuinness, who then slotted the ball past the goalkeeper. 1-0 Exeter. They deserved it. What's odd about this game is Barnet have had 64% of the possession to 36 of Exeter, although flip that over, Exeter have had 10 attempts to Barnet's 1. The crucial thing here, though, is Barnet's 1 attempt went in, and it was a great effort as well. 38 minutes. They hadn't really troubled Exeter too much, but they had a shot with Ryan Glover from the corner of the penalty area, right in the bottom far hand corner, which Whitworth couldn't reach it, and that's been the story of the game. So interesting to see what happens second half. Exeter City have been on top, they have been the better team, but have they done enough? Will they do enough to see themselves through to the second round? Half-time, Exeter 1, Barnet 1.
Thank you very much, John. John Ayres at St James Park. Worth pointing out, if it's level at full time, we of course go to extra time, and if it's level at extra time, we will go to penalties. But let's hope that doesn't happen this afternoon, and Exeter managed to find a way through within 90 minutes. To Plainmoor we go. National League South, Torquay United at home against Chelmsford. What's been happening in this one, Jed Penberthy?
Well, it's been a thoroughly enjoyable afternoon of football so far. At half-time here, it's Torquay United 2, Chelmsford 1. And Torquay United looked to have had a bit of a routine start to the game. Cody Cook found himself on the edge of the box and left-footed volley into the corner within 5 minutes. That opened the scoring for the goals before... Wow, a word for Jordan Young. What a first half he's had, the brand new signing from Yeovil. He stepped into midfield, drove forward and then lashed home to find Torquay United's second of the afternoon. And then the momentum momentum sort of shifted. Torquay United started that first half an hour so well. They were dominant, they were putting crosses into the box, they were creating chances, and then something just sort of clicked and Chelmsford just found a second gear in that first half. They found themselves back in the game with a Jake Hyde header, and then from then Chelmsford were peppering the Torquay United penalty area until the biggest moment of confusion in the first half. Corner came in for Torquay United. It was bouncing around the Chelmsford penalty area. Sam Dreyer stuck it home. We all thought it was going to be 3-1 to Torquay. Instead it was ruled out, we think, for offside, as Cody Cook was standing in front of the goalkeeper. So that's one for the replays to decide. Torquay United in control of the scoreline here, but maybe not the momentum. Half-time here at Penmore. It's Torquay 2, Chelmsford 1.
Cheers, Jed. That's what's been going on then at Plainmoor this afternoon. So Torquay United ahead, Exeter City 1, Barnet 1 in the FA Cup first round, and Leeds United 3, Plymouth Argyle 0 in the Championship at the break. Let's go around the country, find out what's been going on. In the Premier League, in the lunchtime game, Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0 full time. At half-time in Dorset, AFC Bournemouth 1, Manchester City 0 at the break. Ipswich 0, Leicester City 0, Liverpool 0, Brighton 1, Nottingham Forest 1, West Ham United 0, and no goals at St Mary's between Southampton and Everton. In the Championship, in the lunchtime games, Blackburn Rovers 0, Sheffield United 2, Oxford United 1, Swansea City 2, and Stoke City 2. Derby County 1, those are full times. In the 3 o'clock games, we're at half time now. Cardiff City against Norwich is goalless. Hull City 1, Portsmouth 0, Leeds United 3, Plymouth Argyle 0 as we know. Middlesbrough 0, Coventry City 1, Preston 0, Bristol City 1, Queen's Park Rangers against Sunderland, no goals there. And at Hillsborough, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Watford 1. Now here are some FA Cup scorelines to tell you about. Quite a few to get through here. Barrow 0, Doncaster Rovers 0, Brackley Town 0, Braintree 0 at half time. Bradford City 0, Aldershot Town 1, Bristol City 1, Weston-super-Mare 0. That's a great cup tie, and just a shame that one's not on the television. Rovers 1, Weston-super-Mare 0. Burton Albion 0, Scarborough Athletic 0. No goals between Carlisle and Wigan. Chesterfield 1, Horsham 0, Crewe 0, Dagenham 0, Exeter City 1, Barnet 1 at the break. Gillingham 0, Blackpool 1, Grimsby 0, Wealdstone 0, Hednesford Town 2, Gainsborough Trinity 0, Maidenhead United 0, Crawley Town 0, Newport County 2, Peterborough United 1, Port Vale 1, Barnsley 1, Reading against Fleetwood is goalless, Rochdale 1, Bromley 2, Rotherham United 1, Cheltenham 2 at the break. Rushall Olympic 0, Accrington Stanley 0, Salford City 2, Shrewsbury Town 1, Solihull Moors against Maidstone is goalless, Southend 1, Charlton 2, Stevenage 0, Guiseley 0, Stockport County 0, Forest Green Rovers 0, Swindon against Colchester is goalless. I think it's fair to say the first round of the FA Cup not setting the world alight this afternoon. Tonbridge Angels 0, Howlborough 1, Tranmere Rovers 1, Oldham Athletic 1, Walsall against Bolton goalless, Woking against Cambridge is goalless, Worthing 0, Morecambe 1, Wickham 2, York City 1, and Northampton against Kettering gets underway at 5:30. Keeping an eye on what's going on locally today, of course, in our non-league football on BBC Radio Devon Sport, and we're at Buckland Athletic against Brixham. Let's get a half-time report on this one from Peter Smith.
Half-time at Homer's Heath, really absorbing game. It's Buckland Athletic 2, Brixham 0, and Buckland's Ryan Bush turned this game around after Brixham had the home side on toast for much of the first 20 minutes. Up till then, James Moxham had tortured the Buckland defence, had 2 chances, others from Kieran Parkin and George Dandridge also going close. But in a rare Bucks attack, Bush reached the byline, his cross-come shot hit the hand of a defender, penalty was awarded and it was slotted home. And then about 10 minutes later, Ryan Beattie on the half-hour under pressure, poor back pass, Bush nips in between him and the keeper, 2-0 it is. Brixham though thought they had a penalty themselves shortly after. Moxham was fouled. It looked to me as if it was inside the area, but the ref ruled it outside and Kieran Parkin put the free kick just wide. Later on then, Bucks old boy Charlie Johansson hit the bar. Ewan Howarth headed just wide from a corner kick, and we also had a sending off at the end of the half when Reece Shanley received his marching orders for an incident on the far side of the pitch. If this were a boxing match, well, the leaders Brixham would have been ahead on points, but 2 knockout blows from Ryan Bush mean it is Buchan Athletic 2, Brixham 0.
Sounds like quite a game there at Homer's Heath. Cheers, Pete, and more from you later. Full non-league roundup on the way after 5 o'clock here on BBC Radio Devon Sport.
What did it feel like then, trying to complete that climb?
It was tough work. We got to the top and we were like, let's get a photo, turn around, let's go.
Weekend breakfast
with Mel Osborne.
I mean, normally I'm the person that loses at Monopoly. I don't do very well, but there was one game I had with my family and everything I touched turned to gold. And my daughter was so fuming that I don't think she's played with me since.
Saturday and Sunday mornings from 6.
I understand this all began with a bag of exploding grass clippings.
That's right, Mel, yeah. Wow, what a lot of energy. Where does that come from?
BBC Radio Devon. BBC Radio Devon.
Sport
with James Vickery.
Just coming up to 4 o'clock, some of your national sports headlines this afternoon. In rugby union, England face New Zealand in the first of their autumn internationals this afternoon, and of course have faced the haka as well. It comes after comments by England's Joe Marler, who suggested it should be binned before apologising. Scotland, they play Fiji at Murrayfield at 5:40 this afternoon, and just keeping you up to date then with what's going on in those games, particularly for England. England 12, New Zealand 14, as my watch tells us it's exactly 4 o'clock. In cricket, England's men will try to avenge their first one-day international defeat at West Indies when they play again today. The match is taking place at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in North Sound. And in football's Premier League, Newcastle United have beaten Arsenal by 1-0 in the lunchtime game. Right, let's take you back then for second half coverage. If you're listening in Plymouth and West Devon, 95.7 FM, across the county on DAB Digital Radio, it's the second half of Argyle at Leeds United with Chris Cooper and Anthony Waring. Also this afternoon, if you're listening on 95.8 FM in Exeter, 103.4 FM county-wide, Freeview channel 712, and because it's an FA Cup match, also BBC Sounds and BBC Sport website in the UK. It's Exeter City against Barnet. Big second half on the way this, quite a cup tie emerging, 1-1 at half-time. Let's go back to Bo Jackson and John Ayres.
Yeah, second half we underway shortly. Both sides just coming out onto the pitch now. I mean, football is obviously a game of tactics, and both managers must be weighing it up. I mean, Barnet must be thinking, well, actually, no, before I even say what I'm going to say, because of the way they've restructured the FA Cup, it's very different now. I think the Barnet, if it was still under the old thing where you get a replay, I think would be a much more defensive and would be looking to hold on. Whereas, because there's got to be an outcome today, I guess it forces both sides to go for it.
Yeah, and I think it's probably why they've restructured it, isn't it? They didn't want, although it was great for the lower league sides especially, they didn't want that boring football. They want it to be exciting and entertaining to watch, and it's definitely that here today. But you're right, I think if Barnet actually closed up shop, Exeter would find it quite hard to score, but they've got to go and kind of compete and take chances to try and get something, and that's exactly what Glover did in the first half with that fantastic strike which beat Whitworth and shocks everyone here, I think.
We're about to get underway second half. I'm hoping that Exeter will look at this and think, right, we're at home, we're kicking to the big bank now, we're now going to look to dominate rather than play it. Although it was okay what they were doing, to maybe look at dominate and put some serious pressure on that goal at the other end. But let's just wait and see. Ball up over the top, and Ali couldn't reach it as it went out to the side. Kramer brings it down. Kramer controls it, knocks it back to Sweeney, McMillan, Kramer, McMillan. All tight stuff just on the halfway line, but it's given away cheaply and Barnet have it back. Barnet will try and move it forward now. Oh, that was a decent turn. And now it's with Coker. Coker sends the ball into the box. This is dangerous. They try to knock it back down, Barnet. They still have it though, near the edge of the penalty area. That's Collinge. I think we've had a substitution actually. Collinge has come on. I'll just confirm that in a second. And ball is cleared away. I think it's for Joseph Rye, but I'll confirm that in a moment. Ball is out of play. And yeah, it's Collinge for Rye. It's a substitution made at half-time. So former Dover, Colchester and MK Dons man making his fourth appearance. As throw will be taken on the far side. Minute and a half of the second period gone. In comes the throw, knocked on by McMillan. It's up in the air, comes down. Sweeney gets a foot on it. and then it's pushed forward by Purrington to be chased by McGuinness, but it'll be played long back to the goalkeeper Hayes. Hayes clears his lines, and it will come on down. Floodlights are on now as it gets darker. Of course, with the clocks going back last week, we'll be playing second halves in underlights now. And Exeter have a throw 10 yards into the Barnet half on that far side. Ball is dropped in, comes down, it's played back. Now here's Woods. Woods will receive the ball back, and it's played across the park to give Exeter some more room. Here comes Sweeney. Sweeney, it was a good darting run from Ryan Glover to slow him down, but Exeter still have it. McMillan, jinks past one, holds it up, then nudges the ball into Ali. Ali sends the cross in. The keeper makes a swing at it to push the ball away, and it's just kept in play on that far side, but Exeter have it back. Although that wasn't so good from Purrington, he's cheaply given it away, and this might offer up an opportunity for Barnet. Although they've made a mistake themselves. Aitchison darted in there and forced Kanu into the mistake. So throw in Exeter.
Yeah, interesting start by City. It's not kind of from either side, I guess. It's not as dazzling what we thought it would be, but that save then from the Barnet keeper, just it looked like he was expecting it to go one way, and it's changed last moment and could have been something dangerous.
It's kind of like his arm was like a windmill the way he went at it. It was strange. Ryan Woods is about to go in the book for Ryan Woods is about to go in the book for tripping a player through the middle of the park. That's his fourth yellow card of the season.
Yeah, it's clever by the Barnet player there. He's ran across in the right direction looking for the foul, and he's played it very well to get a free kick in a dangerous position. And you can see Barnet now with a lot of tall players just all lining up and trying to get their position on the edge of the 18-yard box.
So Barnet again on the attack. Coming up 49 minutes into this game, it's level at 1-1, and
doesn't feel like either team have started yet though, does it?
No, not at all.
It's hard to talk about at the moment.
Barnet will take this free kick. It's midway through the Exeter half, and Barnet swing it in. It's close to Whitworth though, too close to the goalkeeper. It's never going to trouble him, and Whitworth just waits for his teammates. He was thinking about bowling it out quickly, but in the end decides to let his teammates move up the park and get into position before sending the ball on its way. Sweeney on the right. Sweeney launches it long for Ali to chase, but sadly the ball just curled out of play slightly and out for the throw before Ali could make his run.
It looks like a bit of a change in tactic as well by Barnet this half. They're very highly pressing there on Whitworth, and all the midfielders are all going nice and tight to their players. The defenders all matched up there, so they're trying to look to make City play longer, it looks like.
Throw in to Barnet. Game's been a little bit stop-starty in the last few minutes. She's not missing any action. They're just a lot of the ball out of play at the minute. As just wait for this throw-in to come in. Comes in, and in the end it's Kramer who clears, and McGuinness is going to put the defender under pressure. McGuinness gives a nudge to Luwo, but he gets it back to his goalkeeper, no problem. So Barnet still with possession as they move the ball out to the right-hand side. Barnet then chip it into the middle. Sweeney couldn't quite reach it, but it will be McMillan who clears up towards Ali, and Ali just outside the centre circle. He's got a couple of players around him, in the end knocks it back to McMillan. McMillan to Sweeney. I can see what you mean about the high press as they're pushing it back. Yeah, Barnet very much up to them, aren't they, in their own half?
Just not allowing him. From the little play there where Exeter have kept possession of the ball, Barnet are really close to him, but Exeter are keeping the ball by a player just stopping the ball. They're not really at the moment moving much off it. Reece Cole and Woods in the middle there just being marked out of the game, so they can't receive it, and making it more difficult for Exeter to break out of their defensive third.
So here come Barnet then, middle of the park at the minute. They pushed it out wide to the right, now they'll have it back in towards the middle. Again having a lot of possession. Kanu up against Niskanen. Niskanen makes a good challenge and wins it back for Exeter. Now here's Aitchison. Aitchison jumps away from Carney, and now it's cleared up towards the halfway line. Can Exeter get on the end of this? Ali does well to shield the ball. He's brought down. He wins a free kick. Well, it's either that first or the second one. I'm not sure which one he's given it. The two sets of players went down there. There was the first one and the second one. I think the referee's given the foul for the first one.
Yeah, and it was just, I didn't see completely how it works, but it's been happening all game where, as we said it in the first half, the striker and the striker and the centre half just tussling with one another. And I think there was a moment in the first half where the referee kind of let a few things go a little bit too much, and now is trying to bring it back under control. And hopefully he does, so it just goes back into actually playing the football. But I say it's 52 minutes now, and the second half especially, it's just been stop, start. There's no been any quality in the ball or kind of rhythm, which is probably the way of saying it. They're just like stop starting to play, and not a lot to talk about other than the ball's up in the air or it's out of play.
I think that's very much it. I mean, this second half, we're now 52. We've had 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes, and there's been hardly any football. It's been a lot of. No, there hasn't. There's been a lot of this.
Yeah.
Just, out of play. Stop. Get some drinks.
You can clearly see there's been a tactical change in there. From Barnet especially, there's been a tactical change of going, no, we cannot allow them to get the ball at the back because they're breaking us. They're playing those long balls, which are breaking our back line. So if we're going to play a high back line, we need to put a high press on that same play. However, Exeter have now got to do something to retaliate that, whether that is stick to the plan and actually get on the ball and play out of their high press, or we need to change something up. We need to change a little bit of movement or a little bit of shape so we are able to break through that to then continue that forward, because that's where they were getting the success. But hopefully you can see now the Exeter players have all gone over to the dugout to speak to the coaches, so hopefully there's been a little bit of direction of we're seeing this, we want this to happen. But it'll be nice to just see some football, to be brutally honest.
One of the Barnet players is down. I didn't quite catch who it was because he's got people round him. That's what's caused quite a bit of a stoppage just recently. I think we'll confirm that in a minute. It's okay. Yeah, it's Adiawulu. I'll get his name right at some point. So I've said it 5 different ways all afternoon. But it's Aluwo. Yes. It's going to be a lot of time allowed today for this one. Sensing it now, this is going to be a biggie at the end.
Yeah.
Really make it an FA Cup tie when 9 minutes goes up or something.
And you know what? It's making it, there isn't, the longer that Barnet hold on, the more chance they've got in this game.
Yeah. But hopefully we're going to be back underway in just a minute. Exeter City, of course, forgetting in all of that, they got a free kick. As they were trying to break away, Barnet brought them down. But of course it's certainly taken the sting out of that. Here's Purrington then, will chip the ball out towards the left-hand side. Exeter have it, corner of the penalty area. Ball is played in square. McMillan tried to knock it back out wide, but it got in the way of legs, and Barnet just clatter it away up towards the halfway line. Here's Kramer to Sweeney on the halfway line, moving it on the right this time. Cole will turn. Cole, neat little twist, knocks it back to Sweeney. Sweeney square to Woods. Woods to Kramer. Kramer back to Woods. Woods looks around. There's Niskanen thinking about making the run out on the far left, and he thought about playing that ball. In the end, he's gone for Ali. Ali has turned his man neatly, and he's pulled it back as well, but took on too much in the end and has given it away. Barnet, left-hand side, will clear their lines. No one up though. Kramer will just bring that under control. He's about 15 yards inside his own half. He'll spread it to Sweeney. Kramer decides to run forward with the ball along the ground up to McGuinness. McGuinness tussled out there and lost possession. It's gone out for a Barnet throw.
It just feels a little bit laid back from both sides, to be fair, at the moment, but it's very relaxed on the field. There's not that hunger that you're seeing that we saw in the first half, especially with one-on-one battles. It's just all a little bit, it will happen, something will happen, we'll do this, we'll do that. There needs to be someone to really make it happen.
Well, here come Barnet then, and they have the ball on the left-hand side. Kabamba pulls it back. They have the ball, Aluwo, out towards the right. Now it's with Collinge, the substitute. Collinge going up against Aitchison. Plays it to the right, it's back towards Carnu. Cries for a free kick from Barnet, they're not getting it though. And Aluwo is back on his halfway line, has to play it square to Hartigan. Hartigan looks around, plays it off and then receives it straight back again. And in the end they play it long back to the goalkeeper Hayes. It's a bit frustrating because there is a lot of knocking the ball around at the moment, but not enough actually going for it and going for goal, and which I think is frustrating. I think probably both sets of fans to a certain extent. Although Barnet trying to make some space there, foul on Sweeney. Sweeney did well there, did enough to get in his way to offer the attacking Barnet player nothing.
That's just his experience, and he's gone in. He doesn't really want to win the ball there. He just wants to slow the game and stop the game. And you know, Barnet have played very well in getting 2 players off there, but it just seems flat at the moment to watch.
Just feel there's not enough coming from Exeter City at the moment. Here's Barnet, still with the ball. And they tried to make the space there as they tried to knock it onto the diagonal on the left-hand side. But fortunately for Exeter, they didn't find their way through to Glover. Ball is cleared downfield. Up they jump for it, it's knocked back down. And it's with Barnet again. Barnet, Sweeney, it slipped off his foot. Barnet have got a bit of space. This is dangerous. There's the shot and it's in! And Zach Brunt has put Barnet 2-1 up in this game. And to be fair, Exeter City haven't shown much in this second half. It was a mistake from Sweeney that gave them the space, and Brunt makes it 2-1.
Yeah, and we were just saying that they look flat and it doesn't look quite right, and you could just see that there has been, you know, 2-3 attempts of getting the ball back. It didn't work, and then it's just worked into a way. And again, you've got to give Barnet credit. They've had 2 shots on target, and both of those shots have been goals. They put it in the bottom corner, and they've worked it really well. We go back to saying, you know, the first half they missed their opportunities, and at the moment it's looking like that. But I mean, personally, watching it, you'd just like City to add it another 10% and look like they want to be at this game, because it just doesn't feel like they've got the energy or the quality to really take it forward to Barnet. They're allowing them to have the ball, take it to them. They've got nothing to lose now. Take the ball to them, get right up in their faces on their tackling, and actually show what they can do technically and tactically.
Well, they've got half an hour to save this now. I can't say it's against the run of play, because it's not. Barnet have had so much possession, and well, Exeter got caught. I mean, it's a shame. It was a mistake by Sweeney. The ball slipped off his foot that allowed them to have the ball in that position. But I mean, again, very well executed. And Barnet concede a corner kick under a bit of pressure. But this is not what Exeter City were expecting at all.
No, and you said it there, there's a mistake, you're right, but then one mistake you can get away with, but I think there was 3, maybe 4 mistakes there by Exeter that which really led to it, and we need to see them step up now.
So Reece Cole will take the corner. Cole, it's an outswinger towards the near post, or near side of the 6-yard box. It comes down, Exeter still have it. It's cleared initially by Barnet. Cole beaten off the ball. That's an Exeter throw again. Cole takes the throw. Down it drops. As Exeter just try and swing the ball into the box. That's a good effort in. Barnet weren't expecting that. Bit of a tussle now on the edge of the penalty area. It's brought down by Aitchison. He's knocked it through. Macmillan! It's saved by the keeper. But Ali will have another go at it. Ali gets it onto his left foot, shoots, and it's into the side netting.
Yeah, there it is. There's, you know, one player's gone for it, then the second player's there, the third player's there. That bit of heart's come back because they've got to try and work a little bit harder. You know, Sweeney put in a great cross to begin with, which really took us into that field. But again, a great save, and Ali's done well there to not take the first strike, let the defender be sold, and then take the second. But bring more of that, and that pressure will rise.
Cole, Exeter sends the corner in this time, far side of the box, nodded away by Barnet, and they'll chase it away on the far side. Carney against Aitchison. It comes off the arm of Aitchison, and the referee is he's given him either a throw or a free kick, not sure which. And there's going to be an Exeter City substitution. I see Doyle's coming on. So that's 12 for 8. So for Exeter City, that's Reece Cole coming off, Ed Francis coming on, and Kamari Aitchison coming off, and Kamari Doyle coming on. So double substitution from Exeter to try and shake it up a little bit.
They definitely needs to do so. I'm surprised, to be fair, that Aitchison's coming off, because I thought he was playing well and really creating opportunities there. So I'm surprised at that one, but I think they've got to try something. They've got to put more attack on that field. I just think now we've got to just up that effort a little bit in terms of off the ball to really want to go out and take this game to Barnet.
So Barnet then, with their goalkeeper Hayes, hits it long downfield. It's up in the air from Kramer. Now they'll tussle for it. In goes Woods. It's cleared away by the Grecians, but it's still Barnet with the ball. Dally Collins knocks it long forward. Up they jump for it. Kramer away. Niskanen just keeps it in, and then Purrington clears it up into the air, but straight up into the Adam Stansfield stand, and it'll be a throw. Exeter just haven't got a grip on this game at the moment.
No, I agree with you. I think it's just very much in the air. Barnet's pressure has really worked and put Exeter under that kind of pressure to try and play the ball out, and they've not quite worked out how to play out with that press yet.
Ball is cleared then. It's a long high one up into the air. Ali will put the defender under pressure, but in the end it's Kenlock who knocks it high up into the sky. In comes Kamari Doyle. Doyle goes down. Referee's not interested in giving Exeter anything for that. Barnet have the ball back as they try and just knock it up on this left side. They keep hold of possession, Barnet, but Exeter trying to chase them down hard. Barnet still with it. Barnet play the ball back to the left-hand side. And the ball is knocked down on that left-hand channel, but it'll just go through to Whitworth.
The biggest difference here is what we've just seen in that bit of play there. You've got Barnet coming for the ball, and Glover, number 15 for Barnet, looking for the ball, getting the ball, wanting to get the ball back, trying to really just make the game work, whereas for the last 10 minutes from City we've not seen that, and hopefully with the changes that will now come into play.
Here comes Niskanen, now to Ali, who's swapped onto the left hand side. Ali trying to bring it onto his right foot, couldn't quite find it. The ball is bobbling around in the box. Hayes blasts it away, and the ball will go out for a throw on the far side.
Barnet are terrified of his speed, aren't they? They're really scared of his speed. The problem is that Ali's holding on to that ball for that extra touch or that extra bit of play, and then they're just swarming him, and then there's no option to play that ball forward or strike the ball.
Here comes Kramer, up over the top, looking for Niskanen. Niskanen up against Carnu. He's got past him. Oh, he's still running. He gets the ball into the box, although sadly the Exeter players weren't there really to receive it. But in the panic, Barnet have smashed it out for a throw. Throw in for Exeter City, down the side of the penalty area, near the corner flag. It's going to be Sweeney to take the throw. Exeter fans trying to get behind the team now. It's Doyle, corner of the penalty area, tries to cut it back in, up they jump! It comes off one head, but it were off balance. Exeter, they couldn't quite get the touch they needed, and in the end it's rolled away.
Nice, great movement from McGuinness. He's just dropped his player, he's ran off a few steps just to get away, he's jumped up for it, and if he was one step further, that's a different story for that header, but it's more exciting already. They've scored and we're actually seeing football now.
It's definitely more exciting. You feel Exeter City are kind of coming back into this game now, because there was a very, very quiet period at the start of the second half, which I think has hurt them so far. So the ball is played back to keeper Hayes. Hayes takes a moment and then launches it long downfield. Up they go for it. It's nodded forward by Kabamba, but it's just straight through to Whitworth. Exeter City with the ball. Purrington up to Doyle. Doyle turns. Doyle looking to try going past his man, but completely failed to do so. The defender ran him to the side, and it's gone out of play for a throw.
Yeah, and again, you can see with Doyle and Francis, the two subs that have come on from Exeter, so they're really getting into the game, looking at kind of what's happening with the physicality side, and Barnet are playing well. They're being physical and they're moving it quickly.
Here we go. The whole going to take a throw. No, I'm not. Running away from it, leaving it for someone else. It started already. They got 24 minutes to go. Oh.
You look at the possession stats still, though, and it's still in Barnet's favour. 61-39.
Exeter have got to lift themselves here. There goes Doyle. Sweeney inside, Francis to McMillan. Woods tried to get it through the space, but it's not worked, and it's a throw to Barnet.
But the press in Barnet is good there. But me personally, I want to see Woods trying to get that ball still. I want him to still receive that ball with someone on the back of him, because he's at the moment he's hiding away, which is putting the fullback and the centre halves under pressure, and there's no out.
So Francis fouls, free kick Barnet. I think what's worrying me is because of all the Barnet possession in this game, because Exeter have not, in my opinion, had the ball enough. You fear that because of that, there won't be enough chances if they don't start changing that soon.
No, I agree. At the moment, they're waiting for Barnet's mistakes to then create an opportunity, whereas they need to flip this game and go, we'll create the opportunity for ourselves, we'll get the ball, we will stop Barnet playing, because that's the success they're having. And if they keep it at the back all day, that's fantastic, but actually most of their possession is probably in the middle of the pitch. It's not where the Exeter players want it, and it's not where the defenders want it.
Well, at the moment, Exeter just struggling to get the ball up the other end.
Barnet are disrupting their play, aren't they? As soon as Exeter start playing, Barnet are stopping that play. They're stopping them create any momentum or anything to go forward, whereas Exeter are allowing Barnet to build momentum from what we're seeing at the moment. And I think it's just that little change, and I think the substitutes already come on have changed that slightly, but we'd like to see just that little bit more.
Well, challenge goes in. Exeter City will get a throw in on the far side. And in comes the throw. Barnet have possession at the moment inside the centre circle as the ball is spread to the left-hand side. Barnet still have it. And it's knocked back. Aluwo pushes it to the right. Exeter just got to get the ball back. They've just got to get the ball back.
There's a limited press from what we're seeing, so there's not many of the players really trying to get to the ball quickly.
As Niskanen launches it forward. Now, this could be an opportunity. Here comes Doyle. He's won it off the defender. He's marching forward. Doyle keeps going on his run. He's looking for room, but he's overplayed the pass to Ed Francis. And an opportunity there wasted for Exeter. And Barnet will clean up at the back. And Barnet just knocking it around the side of their penalty area, waiting for Exeter players to come onto them. In the end, Sweeney darts in there to get a header, but it comes down and Barnet clear away again. Barnet now, again, Exeter City looking stretched. Kabamba. Kramer did exceptionally well there because he was under pressure. Kanu's got the ball back, but it's given Exeter time to get the defenders back.
Yeah, Kramer's fantastic there. It was a 2v1, then it was a 3v1. You've got a midfield, I'm not sure which Barnet player, but there was a midfield player from Barnet outrunning an Exeter player, and that sums it up, doesn't it? They're just working harder. They're working a little bit more because they want to win that game. They want to get to the ball first. They want to get a possession. But yeah, fantastic defending by Kramer.
In comes the throw. And Barnet looking to try and get the ball across. It came off bodies. In the end, a goal kick has been given. Oh no, corner has been given. I decided it came off Exeter legs, so it'll be a corner to Barnet. That's their third of the afternoon. But at the moment, things really not going Exeter's way. As they trail in this game to the non-league side, they need to be the ones attacking at home, but at the moment, they're the ones defending.
You know what, from the two sides, they don't look like the team like scoring at the moment either, which is the more worrying situation.
Barnet with a corner. Over it comes into the box. Whitworth gets the punch. Oh, it's a little bit nervy that. It came off an Exeter player. That'll be Barnet's fourth corner, as it will be a corner on the other side this time. Whitworth got the punch. It hit a body and went away. It's kind of putting a keeper under pressure like that without having a punch under their crossbar. That's kind of the mess that the Huddersfield goalkeeper found himself in last night.
You look at the striker that's up against Whitworth, and it's good comparison sizes, isn't it?
So here comes the corner. Up they jump. Whitworth, good punch away. It's dropped to the corner of the penalty area. Barnet will knock it back in. Oh, it's dropped to legs, but in the end it's McGuinness who thumps it high into the night sky. It'll drop down into the centre circle. In the end, it'll be played long back to the goalkeeper Hayes. But at the moment, Exeter just can't seem to get possession.
No, Barnet are really stopping them, whereas Exeter are just letting Barnet have the ball. They're just 2-3 yards off every player.
Free kick, Exeter. 17 minutes to go. Sorry, correction. It's, you do the math, 17 minutes to go. Substitution for Exeter. Coming on is Dimitri Mitchell, which will obviously please Exeter, and that's Ben Purrington going off for him. That's going to be a big cheer from the crowd. They'll love that. Of course, he scored midweek against Bristol Rovers.
Interestingly, the Barnet keeper has gone down, which got a very good reception from the fans. But then from that, you can see it's a very tactical decision because all of the Barnet players now have gone down to the dugout to their
drinks break,
to the manager, and you can see a lot of hand gestures, a lot of kind of this is what I want done. So whether there's going to be a change in formation, a change in style, a change in direction, or just what probably my thing would be is just keep going, just keep them under pressure as much as possible because they're not handling that pressure. But we'll soon see in the next few minutes how much of this will actually change. And again, fresh legs for Exeter City, hopefully coming on to change that.
So, double substitution then for the Grecians. I see that Bird and Mitchell came on. I saw Purrington go off. I must admit, in all of that, I missed who the second person for Exeter went off. We'll confirm that in just a second. But there's still time for Exeter City to rescue this. As a long ball is launched towards Dimitri Mitchell. Mitchell! Ball down in the penalty area, it's a penalty! Dimitri Mitchell, his first move in the game was to burst into the box. He's been clawed to the ground. Exeter City have a penalty.
It's a bit of a super sub, isn't he? He's getting a good reputation for this season after being out for so long. But yeah, again, he's come on. It's just that bit of energy that we're waiting for. Barnet really struggling to cope with that. Just that energy, that power, that pace, and the last thing they wanted to do was give away something like this. But you can see now McGuinness stepping up for it.
McGuinness for the penalty in the FA Cup. McGuinness. Place is going quiet. McGuinness versus Hayes. McGuinness, the Northern Ireland international, scores! It's Exeter City 2, Barnet 2. But I tell you something, hold your breath. The goalkeeper was so close to that, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, that'll be good to see on the replay because that was a very, very good penalty. It was low and it was powerful into the bottom right-hand corner looking at the goal, and I think that's where he's used his experience and his technical ability there to really put it back into that bottom corner. But that's exactly what Exeter needed for this situation. They've now got fresh legs on and now a bit of hunger in their belly, really going forward to take this game to Barnet. And that has erupted the fans now.
As an Exeter fan, that's a great moment. But you know, part of me feels a little bit sorry for Barnet because I feel they played really well so far, and after that long stoppage, just a moment's concentration and bang, 2-2.
Well, you know, you go back to what that stoppage come from. It's their keeper going down thinking, right, we need to get some tactical decisions happening here, and I hate to say it, but potentially a bit of karma from Exeter's point of view to say, if you start time wasting at this late in the game, then this is what potentially could happen. That said, though, you know, Barnet looks strong and they've had 2 shots and 2 goals. So with the maths in that sense, they have a shot on goal and it potentially is going in.
Dimitri Mitchell, you've got to love him. It's been a long time having him out, and they've missed him badly, but then he comes back on Tuesday night, scores in the cup, and then goes and gets that penalty. First thing he does, gets a penalty.
I think he wants to go back into that fan favourites, don't they? They say, don't forget about me, I'm here the whole time, and I think he's really done that on the last 2 appearances, and he deserves it. He's worked hard getting back to where he is, and he's a fantastic work ethic of a player, and you know, he's proven that today and from the last game.
So, man of the match nomination, Bo?
That is a difficult one with what we've seen so far. I think McGuinness has actually had a good game with what he's been delivered and how he's created.
Oh, here we go again. I'll just break off a minute because Dimitri Mitchell's got space on the left-hand side. Flashes the ball across the face of goal. But in the end, it's just over the bar and away. But whoa!
Again, it's exciting, isn't it? No, and again, that came from a little touch from the inside from McGuinness. He's turned out and put it forward. I mean, it's really hard just to say, oh, he's a goal scorer, so he deserves it. So I think Aitchison in the first half, I thought he had a really good game, and it was sad to see him off. But I think Doyle coming on has made a really fantastic change to that. But in terms of a stand out and out at the moment, I want to see the last 13 minutes because I think I'm going to see more in that before I give a true man of the match.
I was just thinking that actually it is probably a little bit early the way this game's going to finally make a decision on this one. But now the thing I would really hope, I'll just break off for a minute because his flag stayed down and he's through Kabamba and he's scored. I have to admit, I thought he looked offside, but Kabamba has received the ball through and has scored, and Barnet are now 3-2 up.
What a change again, that change in concentration. You know, City looked like they were on fire, but Barnet have come back. We said it a minute ago, every shot they've had, has been on target, and that's the number 3 of the day. It's disappointing to see that City try and play that offside and just hand straight up when, I don't know, again, I'd like to see the replay, but from my first view, it would have been hard to say, but it didn't look too far offside if he was. I think one of the defenders were keeping him on.
Exeter 2, Barnet 3. Well, this is what the FA Cup's all about, isn't it? You don't want to hear me say this, but Football League clubs, the record for getting through to the second rounds as a Football League club, Exeter have the second worst record.
Brilliant, fantastic.
I've only gone through on 48 occasions. The only team to have a worse record than Exeter, and not in the Football League at the moment, is Rochdale. 50. They've failed to get through 50 times. Exeter have failed to get through 48.
Wow, that is a stat. What? And you've brought that up at 79 minutes into the game.
Well, here we are.
But the thing is, look, the last 5 minutes we've seen Exeter do something.
Here we go. What can happen again now? Bird is trying to get in there and cause some problems. Hayes will clear. Wasn't the greatest clearance, but the ball is cleared from Barnet. We've got 10 minutes remaining.
The pressure's changed though. Exeter are fighting, they're chasing the ball, they're causing mistakes in the back line from Barnet, and if they keep this pressure up, Barnet will crumble at points and they'll get more opportunities on goal. But they've got to make sure if they go forward they do the defensive work too, because every time Barnet's getting the ball they're looking to put it well into Exeter City's half.
Kramer towards the left hand side. Francis for Exeter on the halfway line, chips it forward. Neat turn from Bird, or trying to. Bit of a tussle with the defender, but he couldn't quite get away.
Yeah, it's good defending there from the Barnet player again. I think he's been superb this game as well. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name because I'll get it just as wrong as you, but number 22 for Barnet has been brilliant this whole game in my opinion.
So the ball is played downfield and it's just knocked back. Whitworth will clear. Long downfield. It's headed down. Now it's with Doyle. Doyle will spread it out towards the left. Here's Dimitri Mitchell. Mitchell go to the byline. He'll claw it back. Will someone get there? There's a header back down. It's knocked off the line by the keeper. Another shot blocked for Exeter City. Woods tries to get in there. It's battered away by Barnet. It's all drama here at St James Park now.
What an important save that was, and so good, quick reactions there to save it at the last moment.
Exeter will pull it back. Francis out wide, Macmillan. Exeter City coming in on the side of the penalty area. Where's the ball going to land? It's flicked back into the middle, cleared away.
Shouts for a handball there. The ball was clipped up right into Barnet's hands.
Exeter again. Big, strong, tough tackle on Dimitri Mitchell. Kramer will move it forwards. Kramer keeps going forward, decides to swap, go the other way, knock it into the middle. Can Exeter turn on the edge of the box? In the end, they couldn't quite make it work. Now it's pushed out to Niskanen. Niskanen on the right. There's an overlap here. Here's Bird. Bird will pull it back into the box. Where will it land? Shot, blocked, cleared away from the goal line. It's still not properly away. Niskanen knocks it down. Where's it going to land? In the end, it's going to be Barnet feet that pull it out of the Murray and the melee rather, and Exeter get it back, but Barnet got it away from their goalman as they press it over towards the left-hand side again. Francis, where can Exeter City go with this as they come bursting forward? Is Dimitri Mitchell with space, sends the ball in, there's a header, but it's over the bar. Jay Bird right in front of goal has sent it over the top.
What a play from Exeter. You know, everyone's looking at it going, what's happening, how's this going? It's been a case of 3 minutes of play and you're not sure how many attacks on Exeter you can really have. Interestingly though, there the goalkeeper's gone straight down for Barnet, but the Barnet defenders have ran over to him and effectively said get up, and held him back straight up. They don't want to stop in play. Barnet want to continue, they want to keep going, they don't want any stops in play, because the last time that happened they gave away a penalty.
Ball is cleared downfield and it's straight down to Whitworth. Here come Exeter City up towards this left hand side. Ball is knocked back. As it's knocked back, it will be Whitworth again. Whitworth launches it long through middle. There's a slip by the Barnet defender. Bird tries to bring it down. McGuinness gets it wide out towards Mitchell. Mitchell again going on one of his, looking to twist and turn and look for the run. He's found Macmillan on the edge of the box. Now to Sweeney. Sweeney, corner of the penalty area. Lovely ball slotted through. And there's a pull down. Is that going to be another penalty? No? Has he given it or not?
Yeah, that's another penalty.
It is a penalty. I absolutely wasn't sure. The referee's signalling there. It wasn't clear. But that'll be a second penalty for Exeter City.
And what a run to the...
Do you know, I'd be inclined to get someone else to take it.
Yeah.
I just think someone else should take it. The keeper got so close to McGuinness last time. I think someone else should take it. But we'll see. That's just maybe my superstitions and all the rest of it.
McGuinness wants his hat-trick for today, doesn't he?
Yeah, he wants it. McGuinness is going to take the penalty.
What a change those last subs have had.
Referee just checking everything's in order. McGuinness against Hayes again for a second time. McGuinness goes the same way and scores. Exeter City 3, Barnet 3, and we have 6 minutes of normal time remaining.
Yeah, again, just saying it before the penalty, the substitutes that are made, there's hunger, there's fight on the field, there's a bit of passion by the players, they're trying to play forward. You know, Sweeney's played a play, to be honest, I thought Sweeney's ball was a terrible one to begin with, and it's the mistake from the Barnet player. It's gone through their legs. Niskanen has come running in, got in front of the defender, and they've just taken him out for that second penalty. But McGuinness again stepped up with confidence, with demeanour, and just steps and gone, I'm taking this, I'm confident, and that's his hat-trick for today, and I think he does deserve that.
Do you know, before this game, because I'm an old dog and I've done this for years and I've seen Exeter City play Barnet a number of times, I said to everyone I've seen today that, oh, do you know what, these games always have loads of goals. And here we are again, 3-all. Would have preferred it not to be like this, but
I think by the end of this my blood pressure needs to be checked.
So 4 minutes of normal time. There's going to be an enormous amount of time allowed, by the way. Even before, if it's level, even if it goes to extra time, it's going to be an enormous amount of time allowed in this game. So it's knocked on, down it comes, Whitworth comes and collects. We're into the last 4 minutes of normal time. Exeter 3, Barnet 3. as Exeter chip the ball forwards. McGuinness goes up, knocks it on, headed down. Who's going to get on the end of it? The thing that has surprised me about Barnet is I'd have thought they'd have tried to shut up shop completely when they were in front twice, but now, well, here comes Exeter anyway. Niskanen swings it in! Oh, Mitchell was flying in but just couldn't make the connection. And it falls over on the far side, but it's still in play. Here come Exeter again. A jink, a turn. Where's it going to end up? As Doyle tries to get the ball back in, it's high up in the sky. Panic clearance from the defender. The ball is still not away from the penalty area, but the referee spotted something and has given a free kick to Barnet.
Again, we didn't mention him earlier, but Niskanen today has played very well. He's created so many opportunities the first half. He's created more opportunities in the second half, but just no Exeter players getting on the end of it. I think Dimitri today he's done so well in trying to run across and get something on it, but he just mistimed it again.
Exeter 3, Barnet 3. What a match. What a match.
I love the FA Cup.
I love the FA Cup. Why do people not want to come to FA Cup ties? I love the FA Cup. Barnet with a throw on the far side. Now the crowd finally properly getting behind Exeter City. It's been a hard afternoon for a lot of it.
I think Exeter have played their best football in the last 10 minutes. And that's a mixture of everything. But I think the last 10 minutes, they look like they want to be here. They look like they really want to actually win this game. And they're playing good football. And it's erratic, but it's still good football.
I think Dimitri Mitchell has absolutely put a rocket up Barnet. They're terrified of him.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That speed and direction and purpose.
Here they come again, Exeter. Could they win this late in the game? It's Woods with lots of space. A lot of them are stepping off him. Woods flicks it in. Oh, it flashes across the face of goal. But they just couldn't quite get the connection.
God, again, McGuinness there has made a fantastic run in the box. And if he had put any sort of connection onto that ball, that was going into the net. But again, Woods has stepped up the second half. He's driving forwards. He was looking for the space. It was a 2v1 on the outside. He's decided to take the ball in the middle, but it's working. You know, this pressure is putting Barnet under the scope, and they're struggling now to get it out, having to kick long on all their goal kicks, which has changed massively from the first half.
Long kick then from Hayes. Kramer heads it up into the air. Ball comes down. Exeter City get a free kick. We are in the last minute of normal time. This is the time now to go and win this game. Of course, there has to be an outcome today. There's a tug there, but the referee has allowed it to carry on as Exeter moving the ball forward. Here's Sweeney, drops it back to Kramer. They've lots of room out on the left, Exeter, and that's where the ball goes to Francis, and then far out towards Mitchell. Back to Francis again. Exeter just pushing back, but Barnet trying to push Exeter City away from their half of the pitch. Whitworth chips it up through the middle, aims it at Doyle. Doyle couldn't quite get the touch. Thing is, Exeter are winning a lot more ball now. That's the key thing. Here comes Sweeney for Exeter on the halfway line. Sweeney, Doyle, Woods, Kramer out to Sweeney on the right. Sweeney looking for a lovely pass. That's a great ball in. McGuinness draws it back. Oh, the goalkeeper makes a sensational save as Exeter City slid in there. He was essentially going the wrong way, got a hand out and made the save. That was absolutely amazing. 9 minutes of time has been allowed for stoppages in this game. I said there'd be a lot. In fact, I guessed 9. In comes the cross. Keeper makes a palm away. Will Dimitri Mitchell get there first? It's going to be Doyle. Doyle looks, shoots, takes a tumble, sneaks to the right side of the goalkeeper. That's Exeter's 5th corner.
What a fantastic save that was. Sweeney has put a fantastic ball. He's passed it in between the fullback and the centre half. McGuinness has ran from the centre, crossed over to the defence and pulled it back, and I thought that was sure enough a goal, but the goalkeeper has brilliant save. He's gone across his own net and really kept that one out and kept Barnet in it.
Here's a corner kick then for Exeter. Ball comes into the box, up they jump, it goes into a crowd of players and it's clattered away to the relief of the Barnet defence. There's Niskanen. Niskanen on the right-hand side keeps the ball in play, shoved by the defender, but the referee says play on. In comes the cross, a little bit on the strong side, wasn't anyone to get there. Francis hits it. Couldn't get my name right.
I think he was seeing his boyhood dreams there, don't you?
Well, the thing is, he can hit them nicely, but Francis stuck it wide of the post.
But again, Niskanen's done well there. He's been tried to shove off. He's run off the field and then came back onto the pitch, created an opportunity. I'm a little bit disappointed with his cross into the box, into no one really. It was a bit too far on, and Mitchell wasn't really there either. But if they had played like this in the first 10 minutes, it'd be a different game with that.
Absolutely. It's a bit of a shame actually that it's taken Exeter this long to suddenly turn it on, really. But we've got a good old game now. I think substitutions now for Barnet. I suspect they're looking to shore it up, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
So Jerome Akimo coming on. And it's a goal kick. Ball is played downfield. And big jumps going up in the end. It's Sweeney who's on the end of it. Not the greatest ball forward from Sweeney though. Barnet have possession. Barnet looking for room to try and get the space for a cross, but haven't managed to do so. Exeter have managed to crowd them up a bit there. Now it's back towards the halfway line, and they play it long back to their goalkeeper. Ball cleared. Sweeney heads the ball back. Comes down, Bird will tussle for it, but Barnet will keep possession and they'll play it back to their goalkeeper. 6 minutes remaining, and it's now with Barnet on the halfway line. Foul. Exeter City will get a free kick.
He took his boot off, that foul.
Doyle just completely clawed to the ground, and Exeter have a free kick. Now's the time to win it. 6 minutes to go. It's not been one of Exeter's most enjoyable performances, it has to be said. But at the moment you feel the scales are in their favour, and it's the time to try and seize this game. Now a little bit of a mistake at the back. Goalkeeper fearing he probably couldn't pick it up. This pass back, maybe not. So he's had to clatter it away. He had Niskanen bearing down on him.
They've really just upped the pressure in the last 15, 20 now, and Barnet are struggling with that quality in comparison to what they're probably used to in their National League. And
fitness is going to be playing a part.
Huge, and you can see that in terms of the options they've got, and the substitutions that we've brought on changed the game, and the speed, direction has changed.
So, mistake there. Unusual mistake there from McGuinness. The ball's gone out of play for a throw. I'm sure, I've just mentioned about fitness, I'm sure Barnet won't be relishing the thought of extra time.
No, I can't imagine so, and I think we've even seen it in the last 20 minutes that their efforts on that press has dropped slightly just because they're not able to, just feeling tired from it, and it's been a battle for all the players today, because it's been a bit of a tussle in places.
Sweeney lifts it up over the top, didn't quite make the ball through. It was on its way towards Doyle, but the defender just managed to get in the way in time. Exeter have always still got to be careful of this counter as much as they want to win this game. You see they're stretched here a bit. Here comes Kabamba. Kabamba knocks it into the middle, but Exeter knock it away. Now Niskanen just flicks it on Doyle. What can Exeter do? There's the ball. There's Bird running through one-on-one. Bird tries to go round the keeper and he scores! For a minute like he'd missed it, but he did enough to tuck it past the goalkeeper. It's Exeter City 4, Barnet 3, and the scenes here going absolutely mad, and Barnet can't believe it as Exeter players have got running towards the big bank to celebrate.
I have no words to describe what just happened. I thought he tripped. I don't know if he still did trip. He's got past him. He's taken everything. It's a fantastic run. It's a fantastic ball through, and the goal goalkeeper I thought was so close to it, and I think it's a bit of misfortune that's just gone into the way of Jay Bird, and he's just managed to somehow bury it in the bottom left-hand corner. But how on earth has he done that? If it was planned, it was fantastic and it was so smart, but it looked like he tripped on the way through and the ball's gone in.
This match has been absolutely crazy. 2.5 minutes to go. Exeter lead by 4 goals to 3. The magic of the FA Cup.
All you can hear is now the fans around the outside, isn't it? Jay Bird ran directly to the big bank in the Exeter City. Fans just, they are all up on their feet, all cheering, and it's a nice atmosphere back at SJP.
Oh, I tell you what, I mean, it's 4-3. It's a marvellous scoreline, pure entertainment, but it's been a hard watch for City fans. It's been a very hard watch.
Yeah, 100%, and you've got a lot of tussle there between Francis and, I couldn't see which Barnet player it was, but a lot of holding, a lot of grabbing.
Here goes Mitchell again. They're terrified of him. Here he goes, Mitchell. Bundled down. Oh, free kick given against him for what? Everyone, we're all looking at each other. What's that free kick to Barnet for?
I have no idea. It looked like Mitchell had ran forward and got his body in the way, and the referee deemed it as an obstruction, I'm assuming, but I couldn't answer that one.
So Barnet then have the ball. Ball into the box. Whitworth comes for it, takes it cleanly, and now he'll go down. It's the first time we've seen that from an Exeter goalkeeper today, where down and stay down.
Yeah, they've wanted to play it so quickly on everything, but this time, and the referee's telling him now that he's keeping an eye on it, but yeah, it's the first time Exeter seems safe with Joe taking his time in goal.
Well, we're into the very, very last minute, but I still think there'll be more time. I still don't think this is finished just yet. Whitworth's cleared it to one end of the pitch to the other. And Hayes, high ball up in the air. Kramer heads it away, back towards the halfway line. Up they jump for it. Where will it land? Barnet have it. Niskanen gets in there. Niskanen concedes the throw. Barnet in a hurry now, but the referee telling him you've got to take it back. I mean, to be fair, well, I don't think you've got time to pick your throat, people who's going to take your throat this late in the game.
Unless it's a tactical one, you say, very similar to last night. Is it going to be a tactical decision of well, it looks like it, a very long throw into a busy, congested box? We can just hope for the best.
Well, Huddersfield paid the price for the long throw-ins yesterday against Tamworth, but Exeter making a substitution, so Jack Fitzwater coming on, Ryan Woods going off, so midfielder for a defender. So Exeter looking just up. Well, we're now in. We're past time. So now Exeter just holding on to this for as long as they can. I still think there's probably another minute or so of football to be played.
Yeah, I do too.
Although Barnet also making a substitution themselves. So Ben Coker going off, and coming on is Joe Grimwood.
See as well, the keeper's up there as well, right in front of Joe Whitworth.
So here comes the throw. Obviously a popular tactic in the National League, this. Ball comes down, Exeter clear it, and now everyone's running out. Bird has smashed the ball away out for a throw. Barnet with the throw in. Another big long throw towards the box, up they jump, ball goes across. Exeter have half cleared it, it's not fully away yet though. They have the ball over the far side of the penalty area. Barnet, they'll swing it back in, up they'll jump, it's not back down, it's not away yet. There's a bit of a, well, they're all charging in on the ball. Exeter have scooped it high up into the sky, it's gone down, and I think Barnet were hoping for a penalty from Doyle. Now, the ball has been won by Doyle, and he's going to race towards goal. There's another defender trying to cut across as Doyle charges forward. He's knocked it forward. He's scored! Doyle has hit it from a huge distance out. The defence, the keepers come out, and Doyle has scored for Exeter City. This is such an incredible game. Kamari Doyle on the run, long away on 99 minutes. Exeter City 5.
What do you say about that goal? He ran his heart out. You can see how tired he was on that final thing. It looks like he's just hit it just to see what he could do, because the defender was catching up to him, and it is literally bounced into the goal to the roar of the fans and him going to celebrate with them. What a fantastic run, but it's the gamble of sending up your keeper and keeping him up there for so long.
Well, I tell you what, if you're someone today, if you're a season ticket holder and you thought, you know what, I pay a lot of money to watch Exeter, I'm not going to go on FA Cup day, I'll save some money. Well, if you took that decision, you've made a big mistake, let me tell you. We're now into the 101st minute, and it's not extra time.
Say the first half we were struggling to talk about anything. The last 5 minutes has been hard to say anything else.
Well, Exeter City are through to the second round of the FA Cup. 5 goals to 3. Bearing in mind they trailed twice, and on both occasions, you know, you felt, this is ugly, this is not good. Barnet had so much possession. But the bottom line is, I think, and it probably is, it is fitness, it's about the quality of teams you play. The last 20 minutes, Exeter City took control of this game, and I think Barnet, for the best will in the world, just couldn't live with them.
No, I completely agree. I think that I've got to give credit there to Gary, because I think the substitutions he made, arguably could have happened 5-10 minutes earlier to conceal the game a little bit earlier, but the substitutes he made at the times, they really brought that next level of speed and endurance, like, in my opinion. That power that they brought forward, and we said it in the game, they brought a bit of hunger and a bit of fight into the game. They brought the game to Barnet, they stopped allowing them playing out the back, and that's what really took it to them and caused a bit more of a show in this, in my opinion.
I mean, the one thing that surprised me about Barnet, bearing in mind they led twice, sort of middle of the second half, a lot of non-league teams at that time would think, do you know what, we're going to shut up shop now, but they never did that. They still kept pushing.
Yeah, the only time they kind of did that was when the goalkeeper went down, didn't they, and they all came in, and then and I think the moment they did that, they started to lose that game again. They started to lose the fight, and that's when Exeter really came on. Could have been a change of subs, could have been tactics, but I think that's the only time when it really kind of struggled for Barnet.
Oh, thank you so much for your help this afternoon. Good luck tomorrow. It's your turn tomorrow against Bensham in the FA Cup. Wishing you all the very best.
Thank you.
Hope it's not as hard work. I know you're playing lower league opposition. Hope it's not as hard work as this was.
So do I.
But best of luck tomorrow. But here at St James Park, in front of a crowd of 4,244, the Grecians go through, winning 5-3.
BBC Radio Devon.
Sport.
With James Vickery.
Just after 5 o'clock, it is Saturday, the 2nd of November. Your sports headlines on BBC Radio Devon. In the FA Cup, Exeter City are through to the second round. An 8-goal thriller with non-league Barnet.
From Doyle now. The ball has been won by Doyle, and he's going to race towards goal. There's another defender trying to cut across as Doyle charges forward. He's knocked it forward. He's scored. Doyle has hit it from a huge distance out. The defence, the keeper's come out, and Doyle has scored for Exeter City. This is such an incredible game. Kamari Doyle on the run, long away on 99 minutes. Exeter City 5.
What do you say about that goal? He is
absolutely unbelievable, and Barnet were leading that game until the 85th minute. Exeter City 5, Barnet 3, cup tie of round 1 for sure. Elsewhere today, Plymouth Argyle's away day woes continue. They are well beaten at Leeds in the Championship.
And James the option once more on the right hand side, chipping the ball in towards Pirro. One defender to beat. He went for the back heel and it dropped away of a Leeds United player. It's Aronson who's got it, and Argyle have gone a third goal behind. And this now, well, hopefully it won't get a little bit more silly. But Argyle's task now is probably one that they cannot come back from. Leeds United 3, Plymouth Argyle 0.
We'll be at Elland Road finding out what went wrong for the Pilgrims today in the next half an hour on BBC Radio Devon Sport.